side
rant.
road.
Yeah,
A little rant. Yeah, it's okay. You're allowed to do that every once in a while.
I don't do it very often, to be fair.
Right. No, I don't think I've ever really heard you complain about work, so.
No, I usually don't.
No.
It's because she loves everybody.
Well,
I do.
No, that's not really true. I made the move that I made for a reason, because I don't take work home with me anymore because I don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the
Unless
first.
you're a prostitute and you work out of your home,
This is true.
then you take work home with you.
You want a little bit of extra cash?
Hey.
You got a side gig.
Or you tell people time's up.
Time's up. Get the fuck out.
Leave the money on the nightstand.
Who are we kidding, though? They don't even know who we are, Dad.
I could be a prostitute.
No. I don't know.
Yeah, you probably could. Yeah.
Why'd you have to think about it like that? Like,
Well, sometimes.
I thought it was labels
Well,
out there on the
nowadays I
corner
don't think
before.
that it works that way anymore. I was thinking because you're a guy, but yeah, that doesn't matter.
I like to think
anymore.
I
It
can do
doesn't
it.
matter.
What do you guys think?
Mine are bigger.
I don't like to think like that, mainly because you're my father.
I think as long as you don't need a bra, it doesn't really matter.
Should don't or do?
Don't. If you don't need a bra, you can't count your titties as titties.
I mean, there's definitely a guy out there that would love to have his balls tickled by this beard chin.
That's true. Everybody's got their kink. We're not kink shamers.
Not at all.
I am.
Everybody's got their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Madison's like, man, I need some earmuffs.
Earmuffs. All you got to do is say earmuffs and
Earmuffs. Earmuffs. All right. Anyway.
Callback.
Yeah. All right.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah,
We are
right.
the Bonsai Movie Crew, and what do I say now?
Right there. It's right there.
Oh yeah. Hello, everybody. We are the Bonsai Movie Crew. We review a movie every week on Tuesdays, but you guys see it on
Get my
Wednesdays.
phone out.
You don't really have to tell them when
Yeah, I do.
they can listen
I
to
do
or
my
watch.
job.
What if
It's
they
whatever they
like
live.
want.
this? Okay, but listen. What if they like this episode and they look forward to the next one? I have to tell them our schedule. Boom. And then Karen loves us, so she's here. And then there's Eric, and he's here too. And Dad, but you guys can call him Joseph because he's only my dad. And then there's me.
Yeah, I'm not calling him dad.
I don't know you.
Madison.
Okay.
Okay, you can check us out on TikTok, Twitter, X, Facebook, and of course our YouTube. And you can also subscribe to us on YouTube if you want to be a part of our crew. And we also have Instagram and I almost said Snapchat.
Discord.
Discord. That's
There
the
you
new
go.
one. We love you guys on Discord. Especially whenever I'm in school and all I hear is bzz, bzz, bzz.
You can turn the notifications off.
Yeah, I mean, you can, yeah, but like,
But I'm
just-
here
we really
for
don't
it.
even use Discord that much because we don't have a lot of people in there yet. So let's change that.
Okay, yeah. Join us on Discord at the Bonsai Movie Crew.
I'm trying to get better about that. I
All
check
right.
it.
check on
I
No,
do
we're
check.
not
I
done.
check it a lot. I'm always looking at it. So
Is there anything else?
I just don't want to be the only person in there talking.
Creator
Talk.
profile.
I know. I'm just saying, but like, I could be in there talking to myself.
And rate us on Spotify because we love your ratings. We also have a new there is a podcast option on YouTube now. Well, we're on it now.
It's getting a lot of hits.
Yeah.
I do actually.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
surprised.
We are. So watch us there or listen to us there.
We actually
too.
get more listens out of the podcast on it than we do the videos,
Mhm.
which is cool. I don't
Yeah.
mind. I don't
Mm-mm.
mind at all.
Not at all.
All right.
As long as you get to hear our voices.
That's right.
We're gonna go ahead and get into our creator profile.
I
This
haven't
is
sent you
where
anything
we
yet.
go and review a special somebody one time a week, usually a famous person that we all know.
Usually related to the
usually
movie.
I don't know them, I'm not gonna lie. But I learn about them because I love them. Dad, go
Who wants to
ahead.
do it?
I can. Are you tired of my voice already?
Who said that?
You, like, 10 seconds ago upstairs.
Does anybody want to guess who it is other than Madison? 'cause she
James
saw it?
Wan.
No.
Carrie Ellis.
No.
Lee Winnell.
No.
I'm out.
Danny Orr.
Danny
Fuck.
Glover.
Yeah, that's
Danny
what I was
Glover.
thinking of.
Okay.
I had to do Danny Glover because I'm like, I was going to do
I was
James
gonna say
Wan.
Danny Gibson. I'm like, where the fuck is
Danny
that coming
Gibson.
from? Yeah, I was like, where the fuck did that come
Danny-
from?
No,
That's
no.
why I stopped. I was like, Danny
You're
Gid.
thinking
No, that's
of Mel
wrong.
Gibson and Denny Glover.
Yeah,
from
that's what it is.
Loaded Weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, I did Danny Glover this week because
I know.
Well,
I know almost nothing about him,
Unloaded
so that's
weapon.
pretty. Good
yeah.
one.
So I was like,
Lethal
yeah, that's a
Weapon.
good one to do because you don't hear a lot out of him.
I
Like,
actually did write down like, what's Murtaugh doing in this movie? Isn't he way too old for this by now?
get too old for this shit.
I mean, like he was old for him with Riggs. Like I can't
Yeah.
imagine how old it is for him now.
Yeah. So who wants to read it?
I can if
It's
you
not
want me
that
to.
long.
I mean, I can do it if you want me to. I mean,
How about I read this and you read the movie?
it's fine.
He's sick of me talking already.
You don't need to do it every week, Madison.
Well, I thought you wanted me to be included.
You are. You just did the intro.
Yeah. And more included in.
What do you think?
He's like, I'm
He's
just
like, I don't
here.
give a
How long
shit.
is the movie?
It's a little bit longer than the thing.
Well, she really wants to read something,
No,
so
fuck
give her
that.
something.
She'll be fine. She's
I
at
tried.
school all day. She gets to read all day at school.
No, I don't. They just talk. And
No,
I'm
Alex-
just there.
You know,
Fine.
Alec gets in trouble for reading in school.
I'll do this. You can do the
She
movie.
breaks out a book during the middle
Okay.
of class, starts reading.
Not Karen, did you want to do it?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I've got plenty.
Okay.
It's
Karen
fine.
don't give a shit.
Yeah.
All right, Danny Glover, born July 22nd, 1947. God damn, he was born 2 years.
He is too
three-
old for this shit.
3 years after the World War II ended. He was born in San Francisco, California. American actor, producer, and social activist who played a diverse range of characters, but was perhaps best known as starring as cautious veteran detective and action blockbuster in the action blockbuster Lethal Weapon,
Who do you play
and
as
the
in the
3
movie?
sequels. Danny Glover, he was the detective.
Black guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
When they got his throat.
Slit
Yeah.
and then shot.
yeah. Glover studied acting at San Francisco State College and trained at the Black Actors Workshop of the American History Conservatory Theater. His stage work included South African dramatist Ethel. I'm gonna fucking butcher this one. Fuggards.
How Fugard. I mean, that's exactly how I would say it.
Fugards.
Fuggard.
Fugards.
Yeah,
That's
think
a
of-
fun
Think
word
of
to
food
say,
bar,
though.
but it's
Fuggered.
for guards.
Man, you just
Fugard.
fuggered all over me.
Fugard.
Or damn, you fuggered me.
Mhm.
Or you're
What
fuggered.
is that? That sounds weird. That sounds like fingering, butthole, and everything else like mixed into one. It's a weird word.
Whoa.
You just
Again,
made
we
it
don't
weird.
kink shame around here.
Right.
Maybe a little bit.
No,
Uh,
no, we don't.
All right.
You guys know
Um,
I do.
In
She's still
1979, Glover made his film debut appearing
She said
as
some fucked
an
up shit just there. Give me this. She's young bullshit.
he appeared as an inmate in Escape from Alcatraz. That year, he also began acting on television, and in 1981, he had a recurring role in the police drama Hill Street Blues. More high-profile parts followed, and he notably played heroes in Places in the Heart, 1984, and Silverado, 1985. He showed his versatility by taking on a villainous role in Witness in 1985. Danny Glover is a bad guy? I couldn't do it.
I need to see it.
Yeah, I don't believe it. A crime drama starring Harrison Ford. Oh, wait, I've seen The Witness. Years
Mhm.
ago.
Yeah, it's been a long,
it's been a long time ago. He was in The Color Purple in 1985, which actually just had a remake. In the latter film, his performance as abusive husband of the main character played by Whoopi Goldberg. Well, if you were married to Whoopi Goldberg, wouldn't you want to hit her?
What?
I mean,
I don't think he sounds like such a bad guy from the movie.
now, especially, I don't know what she was like in the
Like
80s.
smack her or like?
No, he's abusive.
Oh.
Maybe
Either
that's
way.
what's wrong with her now.
Yeah, maybe he
He's-
hit her too
Hit
hard.
her too hard. We don't condone that shit around here.
Well, I
so-
thought you meant
No.
like hit that. Whenever you said hit her.
No, hit her like
Like-
hit her.
abused her.
Oh.
Yeah. The bad
that.
kind. The
Nobody-
bad kind of hit that.
And the kind of hit that you're talking about, nobody wants to do that to Whoopi Goldberg.
I don't know who
Nah.
you're talking about.
I always
so-
thought Whoopi Goldberg was gay.
I did too.
Like
You know,
she's
growing
her and
up.
Ted Danson were together for like a long time.
And I always thought
weird.
Ellen
That's a
DeGeneres
weird
was
combination,
straight.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But they were together for a
much.
really long time.
Huh.
All
All right. All right. In 1987, Glover starred with Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon, playing Roger Murtaugh. The film was a huge box office hit and launched a successful franchise. During this time, he continued to appear on the small screen. In 1987, he portrayed South African leader Nelson Mandela in a television biography, Mandela, 1987. He also had major roles in the miniseries Chiefs in 1983 and Lonesome Dove in 1989. And he appeared in the TV movie Freedom Song in 2000. In 1990, Glover acted in such films as To Sleep with Anger, Predator 2, The Bopha, Bopha, Bopha.
There's a lot of words in here I'm not familiar
wow.
with.
Where was I? And Beloved 1989. His numerous and varied later movies include Wes Anderson's The Royal Tenenbaums, Saw in 2004, a popular horror movie that led to enormous sequels, and Dreamgirls in 2006, a musical inspired by the girl groups
Sounds
in the
familiar.
1960s. Shooter in 2007, a thriller about a plot to kill the U.S. president, and John Sayles' Honey Dripper in 2007. In the sci-fi thriller 2009, Glover played a U.S. president confronting a global catastrophe. 2012,
I didn't remember him in that movie.
he was the president.
Yeah, I just don't remember
what
him in
movie?
that movie.
2012.
2012.
It's
Oh,
that
yeah,
one
yeah.
with John
John Cusack.
Cusack, yeah.
Yeah.
Which it wasn't bad.
No,
It
I
was just-
enjoyed it.
No, it wasn't. It
Pretty
wasn't
good
bad.
movie.
I think the worst parts
It was
were
whenever the disaster movies were real
yeah,
Yeah.
and I think probably the worst parts about that movie really was like the visuals. The visuals were kind of
big. Yeah,
they weren't terrible. They were like mid range.
right.
Yeah,
I just like the ending. I thought the ending,
ending was
was kind of like
great.
cool.
yeah, I
So-
like the ending.
So go move it if it's bothering you, Madison.
Thank you.
She said the camera's uneven.
It's showing me too
OCD.
much.
We all have it in one
a
form or
slight-
another.
Just a little bit. That's good. No, that's
No, you're
plenty.
good.
Take it to about right here.
Sorry. What?
I said take
Eric
it
wants to
about
be off
right here.
camera.
Oh, why? So we can flip
Just want
Karen
to
off
hear
the whole
his
time?
sexy voice.
Be weird.
Just out of nowhere, you just see something flying in Karen's face.
It wasn't me. You have no proof.
Yeah, like last week, he was like, "Quit throwing things at me." It's obviously on camera, dude.
So he subsequently
Fucking
appeared
chair just
in
fly down there.
he subsequently appeared in Death at a Funeral in 2010, Tula the Revolt 2012, Waffle Street 2015. I've never heard of that.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Mr. Pig in 2016, and Jumanji: The Next Level 2019. Glover made his feature film directorial debut in Just a Dream in 2002. Deeply concerned with social justice, Glover was
He was Danny DeVito's best friend in Jumanji.
in the second one.
I don't remember much from that one.
I've only seen it once.
You were the one that told me about that one.
I know. Well, we watched
Not
it.
the
Me and Ada
remake.
watched
That's
it.
the second
No,
remake.
the second of the reboot
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
or
Yeah.
the
can't
sequels.
remember.
They're sequels.
I don't remember.
'Cause
I
they-
remember it being okay. I don't remember it being as good.
They
as the
reference
first.
Alan, so they're
Yeah.
sequels.
Right. Yeah. Deeply concerned with social justice, Glover was executive producer of such documentaries as Trouble the Water 2008 about Hurricane Katrina, which won the Grand Jury Prize at the Sundance Film Festival, Soundtrack for Revolution in 2009, on the American Civil Rights Government, and This Changes Everything in 2015 about global warming. The latter two were produced by Loverture Films, a production company founded by Glover. He was an associate producer of the Loverture.
The L's.
Yeah, that. released Uncle.
I think it's low but true.
Oh my God! Why are there so many dumb words? Uncle Boone Me, Boonmee, Boonmee,
That sounds
Uncle
Perfect.
Boonmee, who can
That
recall
sounds
his past lives.
dirty.
Jesus, yeah. A mystical drama from Thailand that won the Palme d'Or at the 2010 Cannes Film Festival. Glover served as a goodwill ambassador for the United Nations and an ambassador for UNICEF. Of course, I had to do that word. Jesus.
It's because all the other big words.
All the
now
other
it's
big words, like, not another one. Oh, wait, I know this one.
now words that you do know are starting to look.
Yeah, they're starting to look fucked up. He received a Lifetime Achievement Award from Amnesty International and a humanitarian award from Black Entertainment Television, BET, for those people who don't know. In 2022, he was given the Jean Hirschholt Humanitarian Award from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. He was cited for a decades-long advocacy for justice and human rights that reflects his dedication to recognizing our shared humanity on and off the screen. That there is your Danny Glover. I didn't know he was such an activist. That's cool, though.
Mm-mm. I
Good for him.
I really love how he talks. His
Oh, yeah.
voice
His
and like
very deep
the inflection
voice.
that he
Yeah.
has. Yeah, really.
I think I love Danny Glover.
He could be a good narrator for movies. And
I've loved
everything.
Danny Glover though since like I first saw Lethal Weapon back in
Right.
the day, and like he's just an awesome dude. I like how he carries himself too.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
agree.
movie in there? Lethal Weapon.
I don't know. I don't think they are.
I don't know.
It should be.
I know I've got the first 4, but they're working on a 5th one now.
Yeah.
So
Without him, I take
no,
it.
he'll be in it.
Yeah.
How
him-
old is he?
Yeah. If they're gonna make
Yeah,
a
in the
li-
box.
Almost 80. Yeah, he'd be almost
80.
80. About 80. He's
Yeah, I
getting
mean,
old.
if they're going to make Lethal Weapon, it's going to have Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. They're both,
Yeah.
they'll have to be in it.
Yeah, it's
They
not in
gotta
the
hurry
box.
up
It's not
before
in
he
the rolling
dies.
movie either.
I'm not worried about putting it in there just yet.
No, they're kind of classics, so it's kind of one of those things.
Oh,
Right. All right, family favorite Danny Glover movie.
I'm not real
familiar.
well versed in his stuff, so I'm gonna say Saw.
Jumanji.
Sure.
Trying to think of which one it is, which Lethal Weapon it is, but it's the one where they kind of go against like gang wars. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Isn't that the
No.
third?
I think it might be the
Third?
third.
What's his name? Danny Glover.
It's like a
Swear-
gang thing. I think
Yeah,
it's the third
it's
one,
his
isn't it?
his son's buddy gets killed. Or
That might be
he
the-
shoots his son's buddy.
I think that might be the third one.
I'm
That's
pretty sure it's
probably
the
one of
third
my
one.
favorite ones
He's
right
in
there.
Predator too.
Yeah,
That's my
Yeah.
favorite. Predator 2.
I figured
He's
that was
he's
gonna
one
be
of the
yours.
survivors.
Yeah. Predator 2, or it's either going to be Predator 2 or
Death at a Funeral.
Death at a Funeral. Because
I
the only reason why
forgot
that's
he
not,
was in that
the only reason why
one.
that's not my favorite is because he's not a huge part of the movie,
It's true.
and he's not the funniest part of the movie.
True.
Which-
But that movie's fucking
That movie is
fantastic.
fucking funny. Have you seen the original, like the British
No, but
thing?
I know
from
that both of them have
Alcatraz.
Peter Dinklage.
Okay, both of them have Peter Dinklage, and they're pretty much shot for shot, but you get that dry British humor in the original. So I would recommend watching both, but they're both just great. Both of them are good, and both of them have their like
He voiced someone in Lion
ups and downs.
King.
You know what I mean? Like I really enjoy
I don't
uh,
believe you.
James Marsden.
Yeah,
I really like his performance in the American version. Like
yeah, he's
that.
funny.
That is just over
He's just
the top.
tripping balls. half
It's
the movie.
over the top
Yeah.
hilarious.
Who's Donald Glover?
That would
Oh.
be
He was in Community.
Community. He's an
um,
actor. He's Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
Is he someone related to him?
No,
No.
they're
I
not
think
related.
Google mistook him for.
No, they're
Maybe.
not related. He was in a movie. It was like they were like ghost hunters, and it was really fucking funny. I can't remember the name of that one though. Yeah.
But my favorite is Predator 2. He's awesome in that movie.
He
He's like Murtaugh turned up to 11.
mm-hmm.
So it's awesome. He plays a good cop and everything.
He does.
Every time he
He
plays a
really
cop,
does,
he plays
yeah.
a good cop. So, but those are my favorites. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get into what everybody's been watching.
What the hell have you been watching?
Welcome to the jungle. Well,
Yeah, all right.
Sorry.
All right. Madison, you go first.
I watched a little bit more of The Walking Dead. Not much of it though. I started watching Bates Motel. I got like 5 episodes into that.
I couldn't get into that. I tried.
It's so
I did too. I couldn't get
weird.
into it.
It's weird.
I think people that were fans of like the original Psycho and all that, I don't think that we can really get into it.
I couldn't
Maybe I'm
resonate,
wrong, but
yeah.
I
No,
tried.
you're right. I couldn't.
I like the actor, the guy who played.
Yeah, I do too. I even like the lady.
I
the
like
lady
her,
who plays
uh,
the mom.
He's from
Vera Farmiga.
Farmiga. Oh
Yeah.
my
Farmiga.
God,
Vera,
she's
I
fucking
love
hot.
her.
Vera
I love her.
She's
Yeah,
hot,
she's
too.
amazing. I really liked the talent that they had in the show.
Yeah,
And then
I
the
just
other
couldn't get
kid, he's
into
from
it.
Spiderwick, ain't he?
that would
yeah.
be the kid that plays.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
No, Norman Bates.
Yeah, I really liked the talent that they had in the
Okay.
show, and I really wanted to get into it, but I couldn't. I tried.
I couldn't
I
get
think I
into it
watched
either.
like 5 or maybe even 10 episodes. I really, really tried. I gave it my all. I couldn't get into it.
Well, Ada watched the whole thing. I told Ada I watched it, but I wasn't gonna tell Ada that I was watching it until I was finished watching it, because every time I tell her that I'm watching something, I feel like I have to finish watching it. So then I don't finish watching it.
I think part of my problem is that I don't like to know about what the story is before.
Yeah, sometimes it kind of
It ruins it.
ruins it a little bit.
Like
yeah.
she's not like whenever she was acting like Mother or whatever. I'm like, nah, you're not bad enough. You're not as bad as I.
especially like his sexual attraction.
Yeah,
That's
like-
weird.
That is
yeah,
really weird.
yeah, seeing it and knowing it are two different things.
Right.
And like when she would be mean or like it was like you're not nearly as bad as I imagined. I
Right.
can't do this.
All
Sorry.
right. I'll just tell you what I watched.
Not
I watched not much. I watched.
Not Not done.
Oh, you're not done? Oh, well, fucking let's go, dog.
We were
We keep
talking.
interrupting her. To be fair,
I also watched that show with you, but I'll let you say it since you started talking already. What? Watch a
Whatever.
little bit of My Hero. Gonna get a throwback to 2021.
For those people who don't know, My Hero Academia, it's an
Oh, yeah.
anime.
It's a good one. I love it.
Actually, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and you never finished watching it.
No, I haven't finished it.
There's a whole nother season out.
That's cool.
I think
It'll be
Jeremiah
there
has
when I
that
get to it.
It's okay.
Psycho much?
No, that's a movie. Not a movie. Yeah, that's all I watched.
All right. Anyway, we were watching the Resident Alien. We watched a couple more episodes of that. It's pretty good. We like it so far. It's pretty funny. That dude just kills it.
Oh, he's funny.
I don't know his name.
Alan Tudyk.
I think the redheaded dude.
Yeah.
He's fucking hilarious. I
Yeah.
love that dude. We need to get to Tucker and Dale. I
Yes.
want to watch it. I was thinking about watching it a couple days ago. I was
Is he
like,
in it?
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
my favorite
Yeah, he's
moment
like
with
one
him
of the best parts.
is actually not even in Tucker and Dale. It's in A Knight's Tale.
Oh yeah, he's great. Nice.
Oh, I love it when the one guy who's like the caller, the one that speaks really loud,
Pushes him
and
down.
announces everything, and Alan Tudyk gets in his face and he's like, "Whoa," says something, and then the announcer says something back to him. And he's like, and he just walks away like he doesn't even have anything to say.
Uh,
so great for that.
it's a really good show though.
It's
Like
like
watching
a
him
what?
play this like really
girl.
because he plays awkward really well. So him playing like this awkward like alien
Mm-hmm.
is even better.
Mhm.
Like this alien trying not to let people know that he's an alien.
Right.
He plays it really well, and it's awesome.
I love Alan Tudyk.
I too have a pair of balls.
Yes. There's this one
It sounds
scene-
like something he would say though.
Yeah,
like,
there's this one scene. It's actually in the recent episode that we watched. He makes this. Well, he doesn't realize he makes a joke. He goes, he said the cop says something about his
Him following his balls. Like, his instinct is in his balls.
yeah, his
Yeah.
instinct is in his balls. He goes, I don't know why you would be listening to your balls. They're just nuts. or that's just nuts. And then she like one of the ladies laughed, and then he's like, ha 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 ha! I made a joke. Yeah, the way he laughs, like
like oh.
it's so funny.
Like, oh,
If you ever watch it, you just have to. It's so good. It's so funny. He kills it in that series, and it's not just a comedy all the time. There's like serious moments splattered in there every once in a while, so it's
Okay.
really good.
I'll check it out.
And then he's got like this other little kid, like the mayor's son, who's the only one that knows he's an alien because he can see through his disguise. And
I think we actually saw like the previews for it when it first came out. We were interested in watching it.
yeah, even that little kid, he adds a lot more to it, like the banter between the two of them.
Mhm.
He's like calling him a shit ass and a dickhead, and the kid's like, "You can't call me that." He goes, "But I just did." You know what I mean? Just shit like that. So,
What do you mean
call
can't?
me
I
that.
did.
I
like
just
he's the
did.
smartest person in this town, but the kid outsmarts him all the time.
That's hilarious.
So it's really funny. Anyway, we also
There's a lot of quotable moments in it.
there are a
too.
lot of quotable moments from the show. It's a show that I had seen, and I'm like, that looks pretty good. I need to check that one out. And then I like just recently got to it because I threw it on Netflix. Like, yeah, let's try it. And like it's one of them shows that I'm like, I can't believe I didn't watch this sooner. Like it's awesome. So we watched that, and then I've been watching the Halo series. I think I'm all caught up. I'm 5 episodes, right, or out. So I've watched the most recent 5 episodes. And the first couple were fucking boring. And there wasn't a lot going on. More about Master Chief's feelings. Blah, blah, blah. Like, he's hardly ever in the suit. And then finally, the like fall of Reach happens. And I was like, oh, man, this might take the rest of the season. If they do it right, this could take the rest of the season.
It didn't, did it?
Took 1 episode. 1 fucking episode to do the fall of Reach. And I'm like, oh my God. And
Maybe
on
they
top,
should have the people that did Dragon Ball Z do those episodes,
Just to drag
because then it would take
just
the
drag
rest
it.
of the
Stop.
They should have
Next
spent,
time
honestly,
on-
should-
next time on
they
Halo.
I was hoping that they were just trying to like go, which I think they still are. I think they're using. I feel like they're using this entire season to like backpedal on what they've done with the last season, because the last season people fucking hated it because it was garbage. It was all about the Spartans' feelings. They this and that. And I'm like, this is fucking stupid. But then they like did the fall of Reach, and whenever they did, like the Master Chief wasn't even in his suit the whole time. They had this like stupid reason why their armor was gone, like why their armor was taken away or something like that. And I'm like, so you're telling me like this is all we're gonna see? So like he pretty much lost his entire team in 1 episode, and then they like I feel like they're just trying to like completely reboot it within this 1 season.
No.
And I'm just thinking, like, I see what they're trying to do and why they're trying to do it,
But they're not reaching it.
but it's kind of killing the buzz.
It's fallen short.
Yeah, because the 1 episode, the 4th episode, was the Fall of Reach, and it was a good episode, even though he wasn't in his suit. Because he was pretty much getting he was kicking ass, but he was also getting his ass handed to him a little bit, too, because he didn't have a suit on. But it was still a good action episode, you know what I mean? And they're like, all right, finally, we're going to get some action. Then you get into episode 5, and you're like, it just falls off again.
And we're back to
Back to the
opera.
boring bullshit again. Yeah, like snooze fest. And I was just like, oh my God, what are we doing here with this show? And I don't mind the guy that plays the Master Chief. I don't even care that you've had to see his face. But I feel like if the Mandalorian can be so successful with a man behind a fucking mask the entire series,
Except
why
for a
can't
couple.
Halo?
Yeah.
Except for a couple.
Except for a couple where he takes him off. Like in the first season, he took it off 1 time. And it's just, you never, like, it didn't bother me. But you knew who was under the mask.
Yeah.
Because I know Pedro Pascal was bitching. He was like, oh, I'm not getting any FaceTime. People don't know who I am. Like, no, we know who you are, dude. It's good. Just keep it on.
In
You
The
know?
Mandalorian?
Yeah.
He plays as
Yeah, he
Mandalorian?
plays the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew that.
Totally.
Yeah.
So
But anyway,
what
I'm
has to
just, so it's
showcase?
kind of like, if they're
Do what?
doing what they're, like, they brought Halsey, like, they brought a lot of things back into the fold that, I don't know. a lot of things are cool. Like they introduced the Arbiter and things like that and stuff, but like it's just there's a lot of disappointments with the show. And if they don't really like they finally shown the Halo ring finally, and I was happy about that. But I'm like, so I don't know. I'm hoping the next season is just on the Halo ring, and it's just him kicking the Covenant's ass the entire season.
Yeah.
I hope that's what they're working towards. I'm not getting my hopes up though because I'm losing faith in this show. I've already lost faith in the show.
You hear that, Halo? Get your shit together.
They don't give a fuck.
For real.
They don't give a fuck. It's
I'm
got
sure someone's watching.
It's got a decent score on Rotten Tomatoes. Is the sad part. Like it's higher than last season. But
well, the problem is it's probably people that aren't fans of the games. Or
yeah,
anything, you know what I
exactly.
mean?
It's
Like,
a good
that's-
sci-fi show
yeah.
for them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Whatever. The last thing I watched. First of all, I'd never seen Tropic Thunder.
Oh,
No.
I thought I was like, what the fuck? You've
you had
never
to
seen-
rectify that.
I did, and she didn't like it. I was like, are you insane?
Not even the part where the kid starfishes
That's
off
like-
his
well,
back. Like
yeah,
that's the
I'm like-
funniest fucking thing
I'm
ever.
like, you didn't like that. She's like, it was dumb. I was like, you like Step Brothers and other dumb shit like that. I was like, I just don't think you're in the mood for it.
Listen, every time that kid starfishes off his back,
Oh, it's
I
fucking
lose my
hilarious.
shit every
Yeah.
time.
That fucking movie's awesome. Jack Black kills it in that
Oh
movie.
my god.
Never go full retard.
Never go full retard. Oh, I'm the dude playing the dude thinks he's another dude.
A dude playing the dude disguised as another dude.
Oh, I love that fucking movie.
Like, oh, what do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people? It's just fucking great.
Definitely. I love that movie.
The part where he's playing with his head. He like throws it on. Like, look at me, I'm a British Irishman. Like, what the fuck? He's like, look, it's just corn syrup. Really,
yeah.
really bad corn syrup.
And they're like, no.
A little warm.
No.
Anyway, that's all I watched this week. So
I really didn't watch that much either. I watched 2 episodes of Family Guy. Well, I guess I did watch a lot, just not much as far as the list goes. Watched all of the Insidious movies finally. Because I only watched like the first 2.
I didn't watch that much.
No, I thought I watched the first 2, but I apparently only watched the first one because then I watched the second one. I'm like, I've never seen this.
I've seen the first 2.
I never saw the second one.
I saw the second one because I liked the first one, but I was upset with the second one, so I didn't watch the third one.
For me, it went 1, 2, 5, 4, 3.
There's 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
And if they stop it at 5, I'm happy with that. Like it was good. It was good where they
But they
landed.
won't.
You hear
No,
that,
they
James
won't.
Wan?
Stop.
They're coming out with a Saw 11.
And Lee Winnell, stop. You guys are good. Stop.
They're doing a Saw 11.
Here.
Saw that.
Well, I think James Wan and Lee Winnell are out of Saw. Aren't
I think
they?
they are,
They were
too.
only the first 3. And then I mentioned
They
that
should
there
have
were
stopped at 1. 1 was good.
well, and then I mentioned that there were parallels between Insidious 1 and Poltergeist. And so then Jeremiah mentioned that he'd never seen Poltergeist.
The first one?
So we watched the first 2 of those, and we're going to watch the third
never
one.
I've never
seen
seen
one.
anything past the first one, but
I've never
The
seen
first-
Is the
Poltergeist,
third one the one where
The-
they're in the hotel, or is that the
Or
second
it's not a hotel. It's an apartment building. It's a
Okay.
high-rise apartment building.
You know what I need?
Hmm?
I need a list right here of all the movies I don't know, so I can study up on them.
Poltergeist is a really good horror movie.
it is
Including
very.
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist
because
is one.
You're
Well,
mentioning it now.
I'll
but
put
I
it this
won't
way, because
remember it.
Jeremiah had never seen it, and he kind of was like, I didn't care for it. And then as he and I talked about it, he was like, you know what? No, actually, it was good. The problem is that he's kind of jaded because he'd never seen it before. So he's used to like the kind of, haunted house movies that we have nowadays where it's constantly, right? Constantly there's something happening. Constantly something is jumping out. Constantly something is happening.
And that's what oversaturates the movie, though.
Right. And what I told him, I said, well, yeah, I understand that, but like this paved the way for that. Like
Yeah.
this was the first of its kind where instead of it being driven by a story, like you actually saw things happening. Things were moving. Things
It was
you
driven
saw
by scares.
you
and
saw
stuff, yeah.
ghosts, you saw lights flickering, you saw, it just wasn't happening all the time. It was a story also with ghosts happening. But we watched the first 2. He wants to watch the third one. He really liked the second one. And he wants to go back and watch the first one again with those kind of things in mind.
Wasn't he
And
the one
that's
giving
it.
me shit for Sarah's daughter watching the TV when it was doing that thing? Wasn't he the one giving me shit about Sarah's daughter watching the TV when it was just the fuzzies?
I don't remember.
Because you and him both were giving me shit over it.
I was probably
Yeah,
giving
but
a shit,
that's a really popular scene. So.
yeah. He knew
Well-
about that. They're here. Everybody knows about they're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
They're
Sarah's daughter
here.
had blonde hair. She sat in front of him.
Yeah.
See, I
That.
feel like
That
I know
girl
what
is
you're
like one of the
talking
most
about, so it
tragic
counts.
stories in Hollywood history.
Oh
that little girl.
shit.
Yeah, little girl.
The third one actually could have been like, because the third one to me is like the worst, but the third one really could have been good if you read the original screenplay. But she died like 5 seconds into filming, so they had to completely revamp their screenplay.
Literally 5 seconds.
They got like maybe the first half of it filmed.
Yeah, as I say, they got so far into shooting, and then
She contracted some Crohn's disease because she drank bad well water at her house, and she got some kind of bad bacteria or
See,
whatever.
this is why we don't drink well water, you guys.
So she got Crohn's disease, and then she had this stuff that she was having these injections, and they were like steroids, and they made her face swell up really bad. Well, then she ended up having complications, and they took her in for like emergency surgery. She had a heart attack on the way to the hospital. They got her for surgery. She made it through the surgery, and then she had another heart attack in the recovery room, and it killed her. The heart attack plus the complications from surgery killed her. And when they looked into it, it was sepsis and something in her bowels, and she died. She was 12 years old.
they say that it could have been
She was on steroids?
could have been
Injections, but
sexually
her
driven.
her
Like
face.
they said that some of what was wrong, what would happen to her, like with her bowels and things like that, they said that it could have been because she was
I never
being
heard that.
sexually assaulted and things like that.
I never heard that. I just heard it was
So-
like because of bacterial,
Yeah.
due to bad water, and I can't remember what the bacteria was, but it was in water.
Crazy shit. What'd you watch, Eric?
No Hard Feelings. That comedy. What's her name from Hunger Games?
Oh yeah, with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, that
Yeah, I
one.
heard she does she goes like full nude and like beats
It's AI generated nudity. It's not her.
I heard that I saw an interview where she said she was actually naked.
If they did, it looked pretty AI to me.
Yeah. I don't know.
To me, I mean, I don't know.
I haven't seen it, so
But yeah, I mean, if it was her, I mean, yeah,
she
it
like
was
body
full,
slams people while
full
she's butt ass
nudity.
naked.
Just going
She's
ahead
done
and beat
full
the
nude
shit out of-
before.
Yeah,
She did it in
That one with her and Chris Pratt, right? No,
Chris Pratt.
oh, it
yeah,
just
that movie
looked,
that her and Chris Pratt did together.
No, she didn't do nudity in
No.
that.
It just looked AI.
No, she did. She went full nude in it was something bird something Sparrow, Red Sparrow.
Oh,
She was like
yeah.
this undercover like sleeper agent type deal. It was crazy. It was a good movie, but
Well, like I said, it kind of looked AI-ish to me. I don't know if it's really true or not.
I don't believe it was. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure she was just full nude.
Okay.
She's not one to care about like she'll do nude scenes.
Yeah.
She doesn't care. Which
Comedy
is
in
good
it
for
was
us because Jennifer Lawrence is hot.
Mid.
yeah.
You ever see that thing between her
It
and Jack
mid.
Nicholson?
Huh?
What?
Him, he's talking about comedy.
The comedy in it was.
Yeah.
I heard it was really good though. I
I don't know. I didn't get really into it.
no.
You also like a lot of bad movies.
Well, I heard it was more of a raunchy comedy too.
Yeah. Well, see, I like raunchy comedies, but I didn't really find it all that. I mean, there was funny parts in it. Don't get me wrong, but it was, I don't know, just a lot of things just threw me off of it. Been kind of watching the season 3 of Witcher, so
I haven't made it past season. Hell, I haven't even watched season 2. I haven't finished season 2.
yeah. That's pretty much all I watched this week.
All right, well, let's move on here. Let's get into our movie this week.
Let's talk about the movie.
All right, this week we watched Saw
No, we
from
didn't.
2004. What are you doing? Oh,
Doesn't like me.
all right, Karen, you got her plot synopsis.
Two men wake up to find themselves shackled in a grimy, abandoned bathroom. As they struggle to comprehend their predicament, they discover a disturbing tape left behind by the sadistic mastermind known as Jigsaw. With a chilling voice and cryptic instructions, Jigsaw informs them that they must partake in a gruesome game in order to secure their freedom. Carrie Ellis is Dr. Lawrence Gordon, Lee Winnell as Adam Faulkner, Stan Hite, Danny Glover as David Tapp, and Monica Potter as Allison Gordon, Ken Luang as Detective Stephen Singh. That's as far as I'm going to go. 1 hour and 43 minutes. Good.
Alrighty. Would you watch and recommend? Madison?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I'd watch it again if someone put it on, I guess. I wouldn't watch it by myself. I mean, I really want to. But if someone was like, hey, you want to watch Saw with me? I'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever, let's go. I guess.
Okay.
And, yeah, I'd recommend, I guess.
For me...
You're a horror nut. Yeah, you gotta watch
Yeah.
Saw.
If it was me, yeah, I'd definitely recommend the movie. It's one of the movies that kind of started an entire genre of movies, a whole torture porn thing that this movie really started. And really, in reality, this movie didn't really have a lot of that torture porn in it.
It's more about being smart. It's more
yeah,
about
the later movies had more of that than this movie did.
Mm-hmm.
This movie I thought was like bare bones, and it definitely, like, after seeing all the Saw movies, definitely made me appreciate this one a lot more.
I agree.
So, because there...
Do you have whales in your house by chance?
What is that noise?
I don't know.
Was it a chair
I
screeching
think it was the
across our
vacuum
floor?
cleaner.
Oh.
It is a vacuum cleaner. Anyway, this movie, it definitely made me...
Everybody was like, wait, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Why would they-
Sounded like a whale.
She might have been vacuuming upstairs. But, like, it's just, this movie definitely, like, I haven't seen it in years.
Me neither.
So, seeing it this time, it definitely, like, it was nice to go back and watch a movie that was good back when movies were still good. You know what I mean? Like, especially horror movies, because these days, let's face it, we're not getting a lot of good horror movies.
Mm.
So, like, and where I remember whenever this one came out, it was like a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
I almost wish that I had never seen this movie before, because that way I could go back and rewatch it with
Really
like,
enjoy it.
yeah, and really
again.
enjoy it.
You know what I want? I want a monster horror movie that'll scare the socks off of me.
Same here. I
Like,
love
they
monster
told me that
movies.
the Terrifier, that one scene would scare me really bad.
It
and
didn't.
It didn't.
Terrifier
at all.
doesn't scare me.
No, that stuff is more.
Like,
Shock.
yeah, what's
horror.
that one
It's
song?
shock
No,
horror.
what was that one movie that we watched? The one with the weird bear that could mimic voices?
Oh.
I want a movie like that, because that stuff scares
Annihilation.
me. I don't like things
Yeah,
like
that
that.
one
Things
was
that can
kinda
mimic
creepy.
voices.
That was
creepy.
that bear scene is creepy.
That whole movie was creepy, though.
Eh.
I thought that movie was creepy. As
Only thing
fuck.
that got me was the bear. It was like, ugh.
No, because I thought the end and like the unknown, all that aspect of the movie was really creepy.
See, that
I
didn't
just
bother
want
me.
a
It was that
movie-
bear that
That
got
I
is
want a
only the bear
monster
that got me
movie
too.
like that bear.
Anyway, I would definitely recommend, and I would probably watch again at some point. I think like she's right. Like, it would be one of those movies where, oh, you've never seen it before. We definitely need to watch Saw
Yeah.
then. So, especially for your horror nuts.
Yeah, I'd never seen it before.
Well,
so
that
I'm glad
and,
I watched it.
the end part of that movie where there's like that clone or whatever,
The thing?
the thing or whatever. That was kind of creepy. It was just the way it stared at you. It was like,
The way it moved.
yeah,
It
that was kind of
weird.
creepy. That and the bear.
That and the bear. That and the bear.
That fucking bear was fucking creepier as shit.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. It came out whispering and things.
Zombie,
I was like,
zombie bear that
no!
Can
Whispered
scream and
and-
sound like.
fucking a
mm-mm.
human.
Mm-mm.
The scream. Oh,
No thanks.
All right, Karen, what do you think?
Oh, a lot of what you said. So I haven't seen this movie in years, and honestly, when we pulled it out of the box, I was like, "Fuck!" Like, I don't. Want
This one didn't bother me. I was like, at least it's the first one.
It's because of the fact that it's still going, and we're at like what 12 now,
yeah.
and
10.
like,
There's 10.
okay, well, I've only seen the first 3, and
What?
I've only seen the first 3, and it's because the creative minds stopped at 3, and to me, that's enough for me. I'm good. 3, I'm done. And watching this one, and at first I was gonna be like, nope, and there would be a reason why, and I can get into that a little later, but I was gonna be like, nope, but then I kind of have a much deeper appreciation for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a yes and a yes. I wouldn't watch it like anytime recently or again, but yeah, I really, really like it. having watched it again and knowing what I know now. So yeah, it's huge recommend for me.
Eric?
I mean, yeah, I'll watch it again. It's going to be one of those things I won't go out of my way to watch, but if it's on or something, yeah, I'll tune in on it. But
Okay.
and I recommend, yeah, I will recommend it. It's definitely one of those movies that, you know, you have to, if you're big into horror,
Yeah.
you got to watch at least the first.
I think the biggest thing to appreciate with this movie is its low budget and what they did with it.
Yep.
And
It's smart.
It's a smart, it's a
that's-
clever movie.
yes.
Yeah,
makes
you're
you
right.
think.
There's a few things about it that I'm like, nah, you know, but like for the most part, yeah, it's pretty clever.
Mm-hmm.
And how it's like it literally, like the budget couldn't have been much at all. And you're right, they really did stretch that money.
Yeah, we didn't do it on purpose, but because I mentioned to Jeremiah, like, let's watch Insidious because neither one of us are looking forward to watching 5 fucking movies. But if we don't watch them all at once, we're going to watch one. And then, like, later we're going to be like, I don't remember the first one. Like, we're going to have to watch the first one again. And you know what I mean? So, like, let's watch Insidious. And then we had to watch Saw. And they were both written by Lee Winnell. And there's definitely some things that I learned watching both of those simultaneously. And I got a much deeper appreciation for both of the
Yeah, the first
franchises.
Insidious is great. Whenever it came out, I was like, oh, that movie's
Well,
really good.
he actually wrote all 5 of the Insidious movies.
Well, I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
whenever it came out, it was really good. So I was
Yeah.
like, I was really looking forward to the second one. I was like, well, I wonder what they'll do. Because it's one of those things that could be a hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
And they did the second one. I just didn't care for it as much. I'm like,
I get it.
And then I moved into the third. Like, the third one was coming out. I'm like, I don't think I want to. So I didn't go any farther than 2.
And the third and the fourth aren't about the Lamberts. They're about Elise. They're like prequels.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Okay.
Yeah, and the fifth is about the family. It goes
about
back to the family.
Yeah. Because isn't it called The Red Door or something?
Yeah, it goes back. It's mostly about Dalton.
Yeah, the boy.
Yeah, and his dad, and
Oh yeah, those are the movies about that.
it
kid.
rounds out the story. It does a very good job at rounding out the story. I liked it. The third and fourth were pretty good. As far as giving you a prequel,
Right.
but I mean, I liked it. I usually don't go past 3, but I went all 5 for that one, and I'm not disappointed.
All right. Sounds like a pretty good recommend from everybody on the Saw movie. Let's get into the movie itself here and start reading that plot, Madison.
Saw. Ready?
You remember when that movie came out?
Okay.
And everybody's like, "Did you see Saw?"
What'd you get?
What? Wait, why did people
Karen's
do
like,
that,
damn,
though?
dude.
I just made one comment.
Why did people
No, I was
do
trying
that?
to do it for Madison because she started reading and then you started.
It was just a joke.
Oh.
Like people would always say it to each other.
Did you see Saw?
Yeah, see Saw, like haha.
Oh.
I
like
saw
on a playground?
Saw.
Yeah, everybody would make the joke about the movie being called Saw. So it was like, "Did you see Saw?" Ha ha ha. Yeah.
Like the alien.
No, like, oh, you mean like how he laughs?
Yeah,
Ah! Ah!
no, but we did it on purpose.
Anyway, let's get this read.
Freelance photographer Adam Stanhite and oncologist Dr. Lawrence Gordon awaken in a dilapidated bathroom. What does dilapidated mean?
Rundown.
Oh.
On it, Karen.
Like trash, terrible, ugly,
Oh.
stinky.
Chained by their
Poo
ankles to
everywhere.
pipes on the opposite sides of the
Stunk
room.
so bad.
Between them lies a corpse holding a revolver and a micro cassette recorder. Both men find recorded tapes in their pockets, and Adam quickly retrieves the tape player. Upon playing his cassette, a distorted voice urges him to escape. In contrast, Gordon's recording tells him to kill Adam by 6, as otherwise his wife and daughter, Allison and Diana Gordon, will be executed. Could they not hear their tapes from, like, across the room?
Yeah, they can
They
hear
heard
it.
They could?
Man, what would you
Oh.
guys do in that situation? Like right off the get go.
Grab the gun and kill the guy. My kid and wife are being tortured. Like,
I mean-
I don't know him. I don't care.
I think that the way that the doctor handled the situation would probably be the most
rational.
logical route. I think, yeah, the most rational, and probably the most realistic. Like
Mhm.
nobody wants to kill anybody,
No.
and the way that he went about it and he tried to feel it out and be more rational. I think it was smart. I think it was smart writing on their part. I think that they did a good job with writing the doctor.
Being realistic, because,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. I don't think that... I mean, I know that at some point that, you know, like, your instincts kick in and you're like, I'm going to die if I don't do something. But, first of all, okay, like, you know, towards the end when he does shoot him, I mean, he's a doctor. He knows where to shoot.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
So there's that. But at some point, you know, nobody can really live with themselves if they just shoot somebody, like, right off the rip. Like, nobody's going to be able to do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody, you know, unless you're a terrible, terrible person. And he wasn't. I mean, he wasn't a great person, but he wasn't terrible either.
Neither of them were really terrible people. That was the thing, too.
That was the problem that I had with the movie.
Yeah.
Like, the problem that I had wasn't... Okay, so Dr. Gordon, he didn't appreciate his life, so he fit the profile.
Yeah.
Adam didn't. Adam was the one that got left behind.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
I can
Which
explain
we're
it.
jumping ahead here.
Yeah,
but-
I can explain it. I'll get there. I can explain it.
Okay.
Because I was
Um,
pissed. That's why I was like, no, I don't like this movie.
There's a few things about this movie that I don't... Which...
Care for.
Well, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get this out of the way now. The biggest thing that I don't like about these movies is they say, well, Jigsaw doesn't actually kill anybody. The fuck he don't. He kills people. He puts people in situations that lead to their death. He is the direct result of their death. He kills people.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't kill them by his hand, but
Okay, you're telling me he didn't kill that cop with that trap, or... You know what I mean? Or inject that dude with poison.
Well, no, he does later or whatever, but in this
I'm
first
talking
one...
about in this one.
Oh, in this one. Did he...
Yeah, he injected the one
dude
guy with poison.
Oh, that's true.
Said the only way to get it is to go kill these two guys.
Well, but no, he puts them in the situation, yes, but they do have a way out.
Well,
That
do we
doesn't
know
mean
for
anything.
sure that he put the
So-
poison that he poisoned that guy?
no,
so-
but like he's
He
the
could have
direct result.
manipulated. He could have manipulated.
If you are
Well,
the direct result of somebody dying, okay,
yes.
say you hit somebody with your car, they die.
Yes.
I didn't do it, my car did.
No. Yes. Okay, so what you're
I
getting
didn't
at,
ask them
what
to
you're
walk
getting
the
at is
road.
that somebody caused someone else's death. Yes. Our justice system allows for somebody in that situation to be charged with murder. It's just not first degree murder. So you're talking about a whole different situation. He is not he wouldn't be culpable as a first degree murderer, which is unfortunate because it's obvious that he planned it, which is the very definition
Premeditated
of
murder.
premeditated murder. However, first degree murder means that you literally held the weapon in your hand.
But it's still murder.
It is. But in this case, it's more like manslaughter or second degree murder, or I don't know it's in trivia, but there is, our justice system does allow for us to go after someone like that, but it wouldn't be first degree.
Oh. Well.
He kills people. That's my argument.
He does, but by definition, not by his hand.
Adam then finds a bag containing 2 hacksaws inside a toilet tank. I would have never put my hand in
Okay.
that toilet first.
It said follow your heart. The heart was on the back of the tank.
Why would-
Why would you go for
He
the
says that too.
Like why wouldn't you
But
just
he
go
even
for the
said,
tank first?
He said, "Why wouldn't I have done that first?"
Yeah, I
I
know.
know.
I know part of it is like
really wish
a
I
little
would've
bit of
went here
humor,
first.
which is like what Lee Winnell likes to do. But
Yeah, he even says it too. He's like, well, "Why didn't I do that first?"
No matter what situation I'm in, if there's a bunch of crap in a toilet and I see it, and I'm about to reach my hand in there to see if something's in there,
no,
I'm checking the back
You think
of the
John
toilet
Kramer's
first.
sitting like laying there on the ground, like, "What a dumbass."
yeah, you know, and the other thing that like really drove me nuts about that whole scenario, that whole scene there, is like when they would rewind the tapes and they're always like finding right the spot that they need to stop at. Come on, like I know they do
They
do
were
that
just
in movies.
that good.
Like they do that in movies all the time, but like, oh, this is just the spot I need. I don't know about you guys, but I never.
Or at the end, whenever he pulls the tape out of the dude's pocket and it's already rewound, like,
Yeah.
So whenever he was done listening to it, did he go ahead and rewind it himself?
Yeah, like, I
and
don't
put it
know.
in his pocket.
I've never rewound a tape right to the exact spot I needed.
No, you're
I
like
don't
you're always
know.
searching for a second, like a little bit farther, a little bit farther. Oh, damn.
And
Too
it's
far.
too far. Exactly.
Just
you
listen
never,
for a second and he'll say
you
it.
never get it at the
It's
exact.
like the
spot
old
you need.
dial-up phone. One, two,
Shit.
shit. Gotta start all over.
However, Adam's saw breaks apart as they try to cut through their chains. Gordon realizes the saws are not meant to cut through their chains. Instead, they're supposed to cut off their feet.
See, okay, I got a question on that too.
Hold on. Leading him to conclude that they are abducted by a wanted serial killer named Jigsaw.
Obviously, the chains were much thicker metal.
Yeah.
What about the padlock?
So
Yeah.
the saw that they have, the blade that they have on the saw is actually a steel cutting blade.
Yeah.
It's not.
It is very
It's
fine
not a
tooth.
wood cutting blade or a serrated blade. Like it is serrated, but it's serrated for steel and metal.
It's a very fine
It's a metal
tooth.
blade. It's a very fine tooth blade. So that's exactly what it's for.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
and like
looked
I
Now,
said,
if
the-
they would have
the
pulled it out
padlock-
and it was like a wood blade or something, like okay, that makes more sense.
I don't know because in trivia, I don't know if I put it in there or not, but in production, they had to be very careful using the saws because they would break all the time.
Yeah, they're not very.
Trying to saw through the pipes or the chains. Just
They-
pretending to saw through the chains.
Oh, I don't know. Like I know that they're whatever they had might have been junk, but like
I don't know.
rusted
They were
through.
they
But
were
I-
they
but
were real
my-
they were real hacksaws and they were real chains because obviously that's cheaper than the props that they would have to
Yeah.
buy. So
I just remember being
would-
a kid and my dad would use those exact saws
Yeah,
Mhm.
cut the
and
metal.
to cut like pipe and shit like that with them, and you can cut through.
I know, like James
Like
Wan
steel like that.
originally in the script too, they were supposed to cut through the pipes to talk to each other so that Jigsaw couldn't hear what they were saying. And James Wan cut that because he was like, if it can cut through the pipes, why can't they cut through the chains?
Right.
Mhm.
And so he cut that out of the script. But I know that behind the scenes, every time they would try to like pretend to cut through the chains, like they had to like shoot that a lot because the hacksaw would keep breaking. The blades would keep breaking.
Maybe they just rusted real bad.
No, they were brand new.
So they're probably brand new. But
Yeah, they would buy them like the packs, like the big boxes of them, because they would just keep breaking.
Yeah,
Don't you think it would have been cheaper to buy the just like one and done then?
No, you buy them in like boxes, like hacksaw
Yeah,
blades.
blades come in packs.
I mean, like the props.
The props are more expensive.
and they're
just-
probably cheap.
Just like in movies, like they use fake skeletons. Fake skeletons are more expensive than using a real skeleton.
Slay, really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know.
because like they're probably more expensive to make.
Yeah, resin
Anyway.
and plastic are more expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. As he tells Adam about the killer who tests his victims, his victims' will to live by forcing them to fight for their survival in his deadly games, Gordon admits that he was a former suspect in the case. Flashbacks reveal how the doctor got involved in the homicide investigation in the first place. 5 months earlier, Gordon had introduced his medical students to John Kramer, a terminal cancer patient. When Detective David Tapp and Detective Stephen Singh visited him at the Angel of Mercy Hospital, they had found his pen light at the scene of Jigsaw's latest game. Although Gordon's alibi cleared him, he agreed to listen to the testimony of Amanda Young, a heroin addict and the only known survivor of one of Jigsaw's games.
So rehab never worked. But you know what did? A reverse bear trap on my face. Worked like a charm. I haven't touched it since.
I always liked her character though.
Oh, for sure.
It scared me. That
I even
trap
liked
on
her.
face?
I liked her character in the other Saws too.
For sure. Yeah.
I didn't care so much for. I don't know if you guys saw the newest, the Saw X. I didn't care for her as
I
much.
saw 1 through 3.
in that, and
Yeah, I
it's-
stopped
I mean,
at
but
3.
it was a good movie. You could actually hold it like it holds a candle up to this one
Mhm.
easily.
That's what I've heard. I mean, eventually I'm gonna have to watch them all, but
Not yet.
I watched 1 through
Let's
3.
not get crazy about it, okay? Because if we never have to watch another Saw movie, I'd be okay with that. So
Just take it out of the box. Do it now.
take like 9 of them out of the box. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get there.
now.
It's
But
your rule, man.
I don't know. It's just one of them. It's one of them franchises. I was scrolling through all these movies, and I'm like, I don't remember half of these. Like I've watched all of them, but I don't remember them because they all just like mesh together.
That's like, I mean, for that, it's kind of like adding Friday the 13th.
I don't know. I kind of think that it would be sort of an adventure.
I
honestly.
don't because they're all the same. Like I saw a clip of it was like Saw. I don't know which one it was, honestly. It was a clip, and it was from one of the later ones, like 7 or something. And it was like, it was just so dumb. And I'm like, who the fuck are these
sometimes
people?
those bad movies make for good podcasts.
Maybe. It's just, I think it would get
all-
really, I think if they're sprinkled in there,
And you know how
throughout
much
the
I
next
hate
100 episodes,
you,
maybe.
You
but-
know how, well, yeah, they will be.
But you're talking about doing a Saw movie every, like, fucking 10th movie.
Okay, but you know how much I don't want to see the rest of them. And I'm the one advocating for it. So
I'm going to advocate against it.
I'm gonna advocate for it. It's a tie. We gotta do it now. Rock, paper, scissors.
hey, in the comments, what do you guys think?
They're like, you should do all of them. Maybe we just do a podcast where we review all of them.
No, because then they
Then
all
we'd have
I'd have
to
to
mesh
watch all of
together
them, and that's like really time consuming. You're doing like one
they all
weekend or
mesh
something.
together, and then everyone
like 10
I
movies.
argues
can't even
over
get
what
like
movie
3
was
movies
what.
in during a week. Let
Yeah.
alone 10.
Well, that's why you watch them all over a couple week period, and then we come in and review them.
Then we won't remember all of it, Dad.
Yeah.
And
That's
they
a
all
lot.
mesh together.
I'm just
and
trying
then
to
we
make
all,
this easier for
No,
everybody.
listen, and then
You're
we
not.
all argue over what movie was which and which was what movie.
Yeah.
Or just not at all.
Your mom.
We'll see.
That's not nice.
We'll get there.
Oh,
Let's just keep
sorry.
reading. Let's just hope that next week isn't Saw. But then again, we've gone through like a lot of movies without pulling one yet.
That's
so.
what I'm saying. So like, just chill. It's not a problem until it's a problem. Calm down.
I'm gonna be down here during the week digging through that box. Like, where are them fucking Saw movies out?
Fuck this.
Well,
Fuck
one out
that.
of
Remember,
fuck
I
this.
have a list of what's in the
I know,
box,
but every
so
once in a while, I'll just throw another
I'm
one
gonna
in.
get suspicious if we get down to like 3 movies, and I'm like,
We've only done one Saw movie. And
huh?
That sucks.
that's crazy. Maybe you didn't put him in the box, Karen.
No,
Yeah.
I know Mm-mm.
She said, mm-mm.
Maybe it just got lost.
She knows how many times she watched or wrote down Saw, okay?
Dude, you know how bad my hand hurt and had. Mm-mm.
It's-
No, I
it's
know
3
what
letters.
I did. I know what I did. No, it's not just that.
Oh.
No, what I motherfucker.
Well, I
What's
thought we just
3
Go on, Madison.
times 12?
thought
I'm
we
not
just put-
arguing about this
It's
anymore.
36.
I thought we just
You
put
put
I'm
them back
not
in the
arguing
box.
about this
36
anymore.
You put 36 letters into the Saw movies.
Just read.
Because 3 times 12, you know?
I didn't write any. They just wrote Saw over and over again.
Yeah. 36 letters.
Oh yeah, didn't I? Okay.
I rock at math.
I thought you just put it in the back in the box after you read it.
No,
No, we write it down for
Write
however
it
many
once and-
sequels there are.
yeah,
Uh,
that was his idea.
It was just easier to do it that way.
It is.
Yeah. Shortly afterward, Tap and Singh discover a clue on a videotape used by the killer during Amanda's game and subsequently found the Jigsaw killer's hideout in an abandoned mannequin factory. Upon arrival, they found Jigsaw and took him by surprise, saving another victim named Jeff Ridenhour? Ridenhour? I don't know. I don't even know he had a name. However, the killer slashed Tap's throat with a hidden blade, allowing him to escape custody. While pursuing him, Detective Singh accidentally triggered a booby trap and was killed by 4 shotguns. I'm just saying.
You're just saying fuck your own face.
Oh, I'm just saying, if I knew that
That's
this
what happened with the
person like
shotgun.
did mind games and everything, I would be on the lookout for booby traps. 'cause
Yeah,
that
it's
would
one of
be,
them
like-
situations in a movie where you're like, you're calling it. Like, all right, somebody's about to get fucked up right here because
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean,
well, I knew as soon as you went to chase after him,
Yeah,
it was going to
yeah,
happen.
you as the audience, you know what you're expecting. But I guess, like, as a cop or whatever, you're just in the moment. You know,
Trying to
you're just
catch the
chasing.
guy.
You're just trying to catch the guy.
But,
You
like-
want that guy to be caught. Like,
But thinking about it, even before they go after him, it's like, okay, this guy is smart. Obviously,
Yeah,
he built these
but-
things. So we
I
gotta
get it.
watch
I get
out.
what you're saying. But like, when you are in that
Yeah.
moment,
You're
you're not
not
thinking.
thinking.
they
clearly.
thought they had this guy off guard.
Yeah,
So they thought they had him. They didn't think that he was going to booby trap the place.
yeah. They
You know.
thought that he thought he was
Well, they
completely
thought
safe.
wrong.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Don't
They-
get me wrong, but don't get me wrong. I also think it's a little far fetched that he would booby trap the place like that.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit.
No, he's smart.
He is smart,
That don't
but
mean none.
I don't know. I guess if you have the resources, why not?
If you know that that's going to be your route out in
Yeah.
case somebody does show up, yeah, you're gonna booby trap it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Where was I? In the present, Allison and Diana Gordon are held captive in their apartment. They were in their own apartment?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I have one question though that doesn't sit well with me. So the guy that they saved, right, from his warehouse, the guy that was getting ready to have the drills in his head, why wouldn't they get like a composite a sketch or something of what John Kramer looks like?
He never.
They
well,
never
like
seen his
just
face.
yeah, they never saw his face. Just like Adam and Dr. Gordon never
Oh,
saw.
I guess you're right. He was out, wasn't he?
Well, and he always wore he wore that pig mask, and he wore.
Yeah, but no, he didn't. Whenever he came in and he was uncovered, he said, "I guess next time I'll have to give you a larger dose, or I'll have to use."
Yeah,
a
but he had
larger
that
dose."
cape, and it was kind of
I
obstructed.
guess maybe.
I mean, they could.
but you
yeah,
can
they
still do
could.
something.
They could try to do a sketch, but I mean, he's all obstructed and stuff. And plus, John Kramer, he's not gonna be all that worried about being caught. Like, what's he got
It's
to
true.
lose?
Yeah, he's dying.
Yeah.
But that really is. I guess it is established in this movie that he's dying.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Or at least you get that idea.
Yeah, I mean, his biggest thing was trying to make
Our last name
people
is
realize what kind of good life they should have.
Yeah.
But it doesn't start with a K, it starts with a C. Anyways, in the present, Alice. Oh, wait, I got this. Simultaneously, the house is observed by. What? Oh, y'all interrupted me in the middle of a sentence. That's what it was.
Sorry.
Oh, did you see who the other detective was? The girl.
Same.
Are you happy?
No.
You're gonna fuck me up.
Oh yeah, it's Dizzy.
Yeah, from Starship Troopers.
Mm-hmm.
The latter. Their captor watches Adam and Dr. Gordon via a hidden camera. Simultaneously, the house is observed by David Tapp, who suffered a mental breakdown after seeing his death and was subsequently discharged from the Metropolitan. Yeah.
Dude, if I got my throat slashed, I'd probably have a
Metropolitan
mental breakdown too.
Police Department.
That dude had some fucking Assassin's Creed blade.
Yeah, he did. It's the first thing I thought of when I seen it.
However, he decided to continue the investigation and end Jigsaw's games for good. Therefore, he rented a run-down flat across the street from Gordon's apartment, as Tapp still considers him the primary suspect.
I'm sorry. Was that expensive piece?
Wait, I thought they were in a motel. That
No.
place, was that not a hotel?
No, that was
No,
their
it's-
apartment.
Why did it look like it was so run down then?
Well, first off, he was a doctor in a large city, and that place looked pretty swanky inside. But second off,
He probably owned the whole building.
yeah, he might have owned
and
the
they
whole building.
renovated
But
one part of it.
But also, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that they didn't have a lot of money for this movie. So they probably used old abandoned warehouse, and they probably just fixed that place up to look nice inside.
I thought it looked more like a restaurant inside, especially the front entryway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you guys, but that front entryway, when you first walked in, and it had that little divider and all that. I'm like, are you guys expecting?
I realized that
people to
they
come in and
really
eat, or-
the create James Wan must really like large steel sliding doors
Yeah,
because there's a lot of them in this movie.
yeah.
Hell, the movie even ends with one of them.
Well, yeah.
That little girl did a good job at acting. I don't see very
Probably
many
throwback to
kids that
the-
can fake sleep well.
So that little
'cause their
girl
eyes
looked familiar as
usually move
fuck
and
to
stuff.
me. So I was like,
She
"Who
did
is
to me
that?
too.
Who is that little girl?" So I looked it up, and she was in. She was the little girl from Sin City. She played Nancy, young Nancy.
Yes, of course.
So
But she was a really good actor.
And I meant to look her up, and I never did. So
Yeah.
thank you.
that's little
Metal
Nancy.
sliding door is probably a throwback to Texas Chainsaw.
That's what it reminded me of a lot.
Yeah, especially the way he slammed it.
There was
shut.
there was a lot of homages in this movie. If you didn't catch them all.
Meanwhile, Gordon finds a hidden box in the bathroom. It contains 2 cigarettes, a lighter, and a one-way cell phone. As time passes, he and Adam both remember how they were abducted by a mysterious figure with a pig mask the night before, but are suddenly interrupted by the ringing phone. As Gordon answers a call, Allison, held at gunpoint by her captor, warns her husband not to trust Adam. When Gordon confronts his fellow prisoner with Allison's warning, Adam eventually admits that Tapp had hired him to spy on the doctor. Bless you.
Excuse.
Yeah, at that point in time,
Excuse me.
though, I probably would have shot him. Right at that point, that's when I would have.
What?
Probably
When?
What did he do wrong?
When I would have got the phone call and heard my daughter crying, and
It'd have been. I think that would have made it hard.
that
for
would have
me.
been at
Yeah.
the point in time.
That
where I'm
would definitely
okay,
would have made
you're
it hard
dead.
for
I'm
me.
sorry, my family needs.
Sorry, buddy. It's your time.
You. Yep,
It's still wrong.
it's so wrong, but my family. Sorry.
I don't know. I still feel like if it was my family, I would have like shot him immediately because like I don't know the guy. I don't know what's about to happen. I don't know.
I mean, the
anything.
first part it would have been harder for me to shoot him, but like right when that phone call got through to me, that's when like that point in time, my rationality's gone.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I get that.
I think it would have been hard for me too. So,
Especially hearing my daughter cry. Sorry, dude.
sorry, dude, you're done.
Hmm.
Yep.
He shows him his photos of Gordon, which he found in the same bag as the hacksaws. Upon doing so, Adam reveals his knowledge of Gordon having an affair with one of his medical students, Carla. I thought that was an assistant. Not sponsored.
That's the happy juice.
Don't mind me.
I didn't understand when Carla said like he
Not
told
sponsored.
her when to page him.
We'll take that sponsorship though, Jack Daniels.
Not sponsored though. So sorry.
When they met up at the hotel and she said you told me, or he told her when to page him. Why page him at all if he knew when she was going to page him?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thrown off by that. Was he really having an affair with this agent?
No.
No, that was the first time that they were meeting.
No, they weren't having
he
an
backed
affair
out.
because he yelled and said, "I never cheated on my wife."
Yeah.
So
He backed out.
That's why I was like, wait a second.
That's
That
one
was-
of those things where I was like, "So what exactly did this dude do wrong?" Because he didn't.
He was taking his life for granted. So at first he was going to cheat on his
Okay.
wife, and then he backed out. And then the whole time that he's interacting with his family, you can see he's taking them for granted. Like the whole time, like his daughter needs him. Like, he wants her, she wants him to go and check her room instead of her mom.
Give me a sec.
He's like, give me a second, give me a second, give me a second. He's like blowing them off. And then his wife
Yeah, but then he goes, "Oh, done now."
Yeah.
And then he goes and does it.
right. But then as soon as he gets that page where he's
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to go and,
Well, bye.
bang this girl instead of being with his family, what does he do? He takes off. And then his wife, she even tells him, like, I wish you'd just tell me you hate me. At least then there would be some passion in it. So that tells you that this has been going on for a while where he's just ignoring them.
I don't know why he'd want to cheat on her.
No shit.
Good God.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was in
Put the bunny back in the box.
yeah, she was in that. She was in something else though too.
She was in a lot
been
of stuff back in that
yeah.
time. Like
But dude, she is.
Kiss the Girls? No.
No.
Was it Kiss the Girls? No, it wasn't
Yeah, the Kiss the Girls. or
Along
Bone
Came a
Collector.
Spider.
Or Along Came a Spider, yeah.
Along Came- she was great in that. She was actually a bad guy.
Yeah, dude, she
Really good.
is fucking
She's beautiful.
god damn.
But yeah, he's been
Is that
cheating
funny?
on, or he's not cheating, but he's been emotionally cheating on his wife for some time.
Yeah, right.
So
However, he realized that one of the photos was not taken by him. It shows Allison and Diana's captor standing at a window in Gordon's apartment. Upon looking at the picture, Gordon identifies the man as Zepp Hindle, an orderly from the Angel of Mercy Hospital. How did he get that picture?
does that
Wasn't
put
it the cop that took that picture of him?
No, it was him. I don't think
he was hired by the cop.
Yeah,
Adam
he
was hired by the cop to take pictures of the doctor because the cop was convinced that Dr. Gordon was Jigsaw.
Yeah, but
Oh.
she's got a point though. When Zepp was looking out the window, the cop took a picture of Zepp. And
No,
that
it wasn't
picture-
the cop that took the picture. That was Adam that took that picture.
Yeah.
Adam took the picture. I just don't think that Adam had registered that he took a picture of a man.
Yeah.
Because it's very vague, and it wasn't until the doctor had seen the pictures that he noticed that it was Zepp showing his face through the window.
Yeah, because the doctor was looking at the pictures and he says, "Who's that?"
No. No, because the first time you see the detective in that room, he peeks through the window, that guy does. He peeks through the window.
Yeah, but
and
if
the
you look at
detective-
the view, he's looking down at their window. The view of the shot, the photo that they're looking at, is
Is
going
from
up. It goes up at the window.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you knew Adam had taken the picture, not the cop. Besides, how are they going to get the pictures from the cop?
That's what
That's
she was
what I
trying.
was trying to
yeah.
say.
Yeah, no, that's
No, they were
Yeah.
Adam's
they
pictures.
were Adam's pictures.
Oh.
They were
Okay.
all taken from his apartment.
Okay, well, that's that. Seconds later, the clock strikes 6, making the end of their game. As Adam is still alive, Zepp prepares to execute Gordon's family. Before doing so, he calls the doctor and forces Allison to inform him about his failure. However, Allison frees herself and desperately fights with her captor. The struggle attracts Tap's attention, who storms into the apartment and opens fire on Zepp, giving Allison and Diana a chance to escape. Zepp flees the scene and sets out for the bathroom to kill Gordon. Tap pursues his opponent to an underground tunnel network where the bathroom is located and brutally batters him, but he is ultimately shot in the chest and succumbs to his wound. Which I think is such bull. Why? Why'd they kill the black dude? I love that guy.
I don't know. I really liked it. I mean, it's Danny Glover. He's probably the top billing in this fucking movie, too. I don't think he is, but he should have been.
I love that guy. And then
No
they killed
opinion.
him.
I got nothing about why they killed him.
No.
He served his purpose, and
Yeah.
it was the end of his story.
Yeah, pretty much.
Such
He
Yeah.
got
If he
Zepp,
would have lived, then the ending wouldn't have happened the way the
yeah,
ending
he got
happened.
Zepp away from the girl and her mother,
Yep.
and he served his purpose, and he had no other purpose. So bye bye.
Yep.
Yeah, as long as they survived, I didn't care.
He should have lived.
So should have Adam,
Which one's that?
Nah,
the
The
photographer.
photographer.
fuck Adam.
Is he
What
not
did he
alive
do?
in the next one?
Yeah, he really didn't do anything.
Did he really die, like, rotting to death? What'd they do to him?
In subsequent movies, you find out he died for
Yeah.
sure. He's dead.
In that
Adam is
room.
dead in that room.
In that room.
He
Like,
never got out.
Just
Never
rotted
got
to get death?
He
He died.
starved or
He probably bled to death. To be honest.
Yeah, he probably bled out,
Oh,
passed
yeah,
out.
no, he shot him in the shoulder. He
Yeah.
made sure it was non-fatal.
Well, but if
He
it's not
still could've
treated, he
bled,
could still
though.
bleed
Yeah,
out.
No, you could more likely infection. You're not going to bleed out from here.
True.
If there was an infection, or more likely, starve to death, or more likely, unless he found some water somewhere. But
The toilet?
Adam died. No, I'm sure he did not drink that.
I'd kill myself before.
All right.
Meanwhile, Gordon suffers a mental breakdown as he is unaware of his family's survival, and last desperate attempt to save them, he uses his hacksaw to cut off his foot.
Which
You
was
know-
kind of ridiculous. Like
'cause
when
he
he was
used
like
the
mad
shirt.
dashing trying to get that phone, and he was trying to use that box. Like if he'd have just flipped it,
Mm-hmm.
Or
he
use,
could have.
or
Take
use-
off his shirt.
or use the saw to begin with to reach for it.
Yeah, I mean anything other than what he did.
He could have even used his shirt. It would have worked better than...
I mean, I get
cutting
he was in a
off his
panic, but
foot.
Sure, but like,
the saw definitely had more reach.
but
than
he
that
he
box.
had the forethought to use the box, right? And he had the box in his hand, and he's doing this with it. If he'd have just flipped it to the point where the box is actually upside down and it has like that lip,
Mm-hmm.
and he just
Either way,
pulls
if he
it.
would have just grabbed the saw had probably another fucking 4 to 5 inches of reach on it.
yeah, but it was literally right there. Like
Yeah.
if
Literally
he,
could've
he,
used
he
anything.
couldn't have done it with the box because there was no lip. Like there was nothing to
Yeah.
grab. If he just flipped it, it's right there and it's got a lip. All he has to do is pull. It's right there,
yeah.
right there.
He literally could have used anything.
Like
in
there's
the
just so many
vicinity.
ways that this could have ended happier if people would have just
Use their head.
just he had that box right in his hand.
Like, you
Just-
didn't even really have to think about it. It's just, like, common sense.
Well, he just had it. He had it in his hand.
Right,
Right there.
common sense. Then he takes the gun from the lifeless body in the middle of the room and shoots Adam, who collapses immediately. Moments later, Zepp enters the bathroom. He aims the gun at Gordon, but is attacked by Adam, who survived the gunshot. After a brief fight, Adam gains the upper hand and bludgeons Zepp to death with the toilet tank lid. Gordon, albeit severely injured, promises to get help and crawls out of the room.
Which I forgot what happens to him.
You don't find out until like the
Third one, I
third
think.
one. Yeah, he comes back for the third one.
Does he?
He
Yeah,
survived,
he survives.
How did he get away?
which I don't understand how he survived and never went back for Adam.
Right.
Because, well,
I don't remember. I don't remember.
do you want me to tell you or?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's got to be unanimous, man.
No. No, I want to find out organically.
You'll find out organically.
Earmuffs.
Oh god.
Anyway, is that it?
It only works on
No.
children.
Moments later, once alone,
Damn.
Adam searches Zepp's body for a key to his
Gross.
shackle, but finds
Tastes like
another
spaghetti.
audio tape instead. When playing the recording, he discovers that Zepp is just another jigsaw victim. The latter had injected him with a slow-acting poison and ordered him to capture and kill Gordon's family if the doctor failed his
Supposedly.
test. In return for that,
Allegedly.
Zepp would have been given the antidote, which the tape ends. Yeah, because that guy was poisoned.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, okay.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
What? Oh, wouldn't that be a kick in the dick if he never was poisoned? He just told him he was.
I mean, it would be a good way to manipulate him.
No
Yeah.
shit.
When the tape ends, the corpse in the middle of the room arises and is revealed to be
No
John
shit.
Kramer, the real jigsaw killer. The latter began his murder series after being diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor. He informs Adam that the key to his chain is in the bathtub behind him. However, it went down the drain when Adam intentionally scrambled out from the tub. Horrified by these events, Adam grabs Zepp's gun and tries to shoot Kramer, but is incapacitated by an electric shock. Deciding that Adam did not learn his lesson, Kramer turns off the lights and closes the door, leaving the screaming young man to die. Which, that's what I was wondering too. I was like, is there two of them? Because he got, like, electrocuted, but I was like, there's no way the other guy that was running would have time to, like, electrocute him.
No, he electrocuted
He
him. John.
turns
Yeah.
around and
Yeah, he turned around and used a remote and electrocuted him.
No, I mean the guy that rose up, yeah, but I mean like the first time whenever the doctor guy got electrocuted.
Zepp probably did it.
Yeah. The one that was laying down?
Zepp, the one that got killed. Zepp that had the...
No, because he was running. That's whenever he started running, so I was like...
so the whole electrocution thing kind of confuses me.
No, the times that they got electrocuted before, Zepp was sitting at the controls.
No.
Or he might have done it when he was laying there. That's a possibility.
Are you talking about the guy that's laying on the floor?
So
Oh.
my confusion with it. So Kramer's hands are both shown the entire time with him laying out like this.
Yeah, but they're not paying attention, so if he's got his hands out like this and he does this...
Yeah, but they
whatever.
literally take things out of his hands.
But here's my thing, though. Like, Zepp is at controls the whole movie. So who's to say he doesn't have a control that he can just press and electrocute their asses? When he's directed that, you know, if they...
But like she just
if
said
they
though,
do this-
whenever he was running, whenever the doctor got electrocuted, he wasn't at the
You're talking
controls.
about John, the one that's laying on the ground, right?
Mhm. When
That's
the doctor
John.
got electrocuted, which time? Oh,
The
the
only
last
time.
time. The last time.
The only time he ever got electrocuted.
Well,
Yeah,
Zepp
Johnny
probably
got
had a
electrocuted
control
once.
when he's trying to run.
Yeah, I'm sure he had like a remote control too, just like John had.
Yeah, maybe I guess, but
Yeah, but I feel like he's not that smart.
Like if he didn't do it by 6 o'clock, I'm sure he was directed to
right.
press the button. Would be my guess.
I don't know how the hell you can sit still like that for as long as they did, as long as Kramer did.
How
Well,
did
when
they
you're
not notice
dedicated,
that he was like breathing or...
Yeah, like how do you hold your breath for that long?
shallowly. You
I
just breathe
guess,
real
and then
shallow.
also
But you have
like-
to take a deep breath at some point. Like,
You wait until they're not paying attention. I don't fucking know. It's a movie.
we always attack Karen with these questions. I'm
No, you don't.
sorry.
You don't. I'm just answering the question. Like seriously, I don't know.
I feel like every time we don't know something, though, we're like, Karen,
dude,
tell us.
tell us the reason.
I don't know. It's a
Answers,
fucking movie.
damn it.
Answer
Answers.
me.
The answer is it's a fucking movie. Deal with it.
Oh.
So the parking garage where Carrie Ellis was taken from,
Yeah.
like before you even found out that it was like a seedy motel, he's walking through there, and I'm like, that's definitely not a hospital.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
Like when he kept saying, "I'm leaving the hospital," I'm like, no, you're not.
that
I
is
don't know
a
where
shitty looking
Like,
hospital.
that is a terrible hospital. And then when they said it was a seedy motel, I'm like, that doesn't even look like a seedy motel. Like it looks like a shitty warehouse.
Yeah,
It did.
exactly.
Like,
it looked
it-
like a shitty warehouse. Didn't even look like a motel. It looked
No,
like
No,
a
that's what I'm
shitty
saying. It didn't
parking
even look like
lot.
a shitty. It didn't even look like a shitty hotel. It looked like a shitty warehouse.
Didn't even look like a parking lot. It looked like somebody like a shitty warehouse that they
Yeah.
parked a few cars in to make it look like a
Yeah, I
parking
mean, it looked bad, but it didn't look like a seedy motel either. So I don't know. I mean, I know that they had like limited money. So
I think that what a lot of this movie takes place in is probably the same place.
Yeah.
Like they just use different areas
which,
of like an
to
abandoned
be fair,
warehouse.
they did a great job with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
Dude.
didn't notice it very much. And you know, like when they took the gun away, like why didn't they just pull the fucking trigger? Like why, when they got the upper hand, they took the gun away?
I don't know.
Pull the fucking trigger. Like just be
Like-
Instead,
the
she's
door
like,
is
give
open.
me the phone. Give me the phone.
Yeah, the door is open. You have the gun,
Shoot him, then
Shoot
take the
him.
phone, then leave.
and get the fuck out. Like
Yeah.
while the getting is good.
Right,
Yeah.
I understand why she wanted the phone, but the phone's still gonna be there after you shoot him. So
Yeah.
shoot him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shoot him right in the fucking head.
I never understand
I
that movies
would've.
like when they get the gun, they
And
get the
then-
gun, they have the upper hand, and
Yeah,
they're
I
just
can tell
like,
you
then
what.
they, like-
Stop! Given
and then
that
they, like,
situation, I ain't
move
holding
you
back. I'm
closer,
pulling that
so
fucking
Listen, I
trigger.
am too, because you just held me and my daughter captive for however long, 6 hours, 12 hours, whatever.
And just try to shoot me.
And you
Word.
threaten my daughter's life over and over and over again. You are dead. You are dead. I'm not giving you any more chances. You're fucking
Yeah,
gone.
you're
See,
dead.
this is why Karen needs to be my mom.
I'm
Let
telling
her
you,
adopt me.
there is no way. I'm telling you right now, there's no way. You pull a gun on my kid and you hold them captive for that long. I get that gun in my hand. There is no second chance for you. You're gone.
Yeah, I agree.
Period.
That's it. Done.
Yeah.
Ended.
It's over for
Slay.
you.
Done.
Done.
Head. Kaplawi. That's it.
Done.
I think we got it, you guys.
What? We're just saying.
Jesus.
But
Me and Joseph just sitting here, just like, okay.
But like, and then like, I hate it in horror movies or like action movies whenever they're like, they take something or they like take the gun and then they're still standing right there where they can snatch the gun from them. Like,
In
Get-
situations
stand
like that,
back.
especially
What?
like in this situation,
Stand back.
you knew he was going for the gun.
yeah.
Mhm.
You know he's gonna fight for the gun back.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Why you gotta stand so close?
Surprised me one of these times in a scene like that where
Right.
he goes for the gun and she just pulls the trigger. Blows
Or
his
she
head off.
doesn't even wait for him.
Bam,
She
done.
just shoots
Oh,
him.
well, shit.
As soon
Sorry.
as she got the gun, and just shoots him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
Okay.
The day
I
that
just want one of
happens
these
is the
movies
day
to
every
have that.
movie turned
Like,
out to-
give me another avenue in which the movie continues. But like, I just want to be surprised one time.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the one time they get the gun and they shoot him, you're like, oh,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Cool.
so where are we going from here?
no,
like-
that's it.
Like, I just want to see like one time where they continue
Give me
the
a
story.
tropeless movie.
Mhm.
I want a tropeless movie.
We actually came up with that one time, remember? And it was like the shortest movie ever. We came up
Oh,
with it was what was it? Put the money back in the box.
Oh, why didn't you just put the bunny back? if he actually did.
Con Air.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about like, okay, so here's how you solve that problem. There is no door inside of the aircraft for them to get into where the pilots are.
Problem solved.
Problem solved.
Isn't that how things are anyway?
In real life, yes. If you have a prisoner transport on an airplane, there is no door
Yeah.
inside of the aircraft for them to get into the cockpit.
Because that would be stupid
Correct.
if they did.
Correct. An airplane is retrofitted with a steel
Right.
like wall, and then there is a door on the outside, much like jets. You know, when you see them get into those, there's doors on the outside for the pilots to get in
Mhm.
to the cockpit, and there's nothing inside.
Right.
So they're just locked in there with the correctional
Guards.
officers. That's it. The COs. So the shortest movie ever.
But it would be accurate.
Accurate. We actually come up with that, like where we would like go back and remake movies and make them tropeless. Remember? We were
Yeah.
talking about doing that, and I was like, yeah, they'd be really short.
They'd be
though.
really short.
Yeah. And
Anyway.
the two funniest parts in this though for me was
We should
Both-
go back
both-
to rebranding movies.
Branding movies, yeah.
both had to do with Adam. One was his poisoning scene where he's like,
Oh, yeah.
that was fucking hilarious.
Me and Ada were laughing.
It
We
was
were like,
hilarious. And then there was my last girlfriend, a feminist vegan punk, broke up with me because she thought I was too angry.
Yeah. Because I was the angry one.
Yeah.
who said that?
Yeah.
Adam.
Oh yeah.
Which
I guess
he's in
he
The
did.
Conjuring.
Yeah.
No, he's not. Is he
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Oh, I know. I recognize
Or
him
not
from
The
somewhere.
Conjuring.
He put
He's in
the nun.
No.
Insidious.
Insidious, yeah.
Oh,
He wrote them. That's
I
Lee Winnell.
recognize him from somewhere.
Oh, that is
I
Lee
don't know
Winnell?
where-
He
where-
wrote.
I
he
knew
wrote
that. Yeah,
all
okay,
three
that
Saws. He wrote all the Insidious movies. He wrote like all of our favorite movies, honestly, or like a lot of our favorite movies. But yeah, that's Lee Winnell. Him and James Wan were the ones that came up with this movie.
Okay.
The first three. Adam.
All right, let's move on here.
Which is crazy because his
The
character got the
Invisible
worst
Man.
of it,
He was
and
also
he's
in
one of the
Invisible Man.
creators. It's just interesting.
Let's go ahead. Are you guys done with all your notes
Mhm.
and all that then?
Mhm.
Let's go ahead and get into rating Saw.
He was in the Bye Bye Man.
Let's rock out this bitch.
Yeah. Maybe
He's actually been in quite a bit of things. Writes a lot of stuff.
all right, let's go down the line here, Madison. You got Rotten Tomatoes this week, Eric.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting ready to pull up.
Madison. What do you think of
Um,
Saw?
Oh yeah, it was. I like mind twisters. I guess sometimes it depends on if they do them right. Which I think this one did it pretty all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and just give it. I didn't think about it. Hold on. I'll give it a 6.5.
6.5. All right. I think for me, the movie, like I said, it really set the standard for the early to mid 2000s. For like that movie that just it really set the standard for those horror movies through that time period. Like this movie really changed a lot of horror for the coming years. Hell, they still make horror movies like this today. Because honestly, the gore in this movie there isn't a lot.
There's not a lot of it.
Very
though.
little.
There's enough.
Yeah, there's enough.
You get more
yeah.
gore
Enough
out
to
of
tell the
next
story.
ones.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're right. You get more gore out of the later ones.
Yeah.
So in this, but this was so gritty and kind of dirty that people really took from that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, because you were coming out of the early 2000s, late 90s, where it was like
Bright.
oversaturated color. You get those clean cut, not gritty horror movies like The Faculty and movies like that were very, very tropey.
You had a lot of that blue saturation and
or
blue and
oversaturation,
silver and yeah.
or oversaturation.
Yeah.
This one was blue too.
It
I took
was.
a
It was very
picture of it, and
saturated in
But it was
blue.
it had that
Showed up
gray.
blue.
But yeah, it had that
gritty-
gray tone and that gritty look, and everything was dirty.
Right, but if you take
And-
a picture of like the screen, it shows up blue, not like
Yeah.
other movies. And
Yeah,
stuff.
it's the saturation. It's how they tint the film. They do that in a lot of films. I was talking about that last week.
Of course,
with
I think
Alien
that's
3.
more to show that fluorescent bulb.
Yeah,
because they're under fluorescence in that bathroom most of the time.
Yeah, you're right. But this movie has a lot of great qualities. It still holds up. It's one of the movies that I love. I love it. This is one of the movies that whenever I first watched it, that the ending was cool. Like, holy shit, that guy was alive the whole time. Like it was one of those movies like, oh, zing, twist ending. And
really a twist
really
ending.
twist ending, and it was
Not-
good.
It's twist. Like no,
It's a twist.
no, it's literally like
Grab
Whoa.
her dick and
I got a
twist
question,
it.
you guys. What do you think happened to that other toilet? The one that was broken.
oh, that was some angry guy. He really had to take a shit.
Really?
No.
That was Dad.
Get out of the way! I got a shit.
Get the fuck out of the way!
Are you in the bathroom again?
But I think that
You ever see that alien skit?
the movie and everything, it's a great movie. There's a lot of great things about this movie. And I don't like all the movies that came after it. Like, I think that they just this movie was so great at the time that they just, oh my God, they just kept kicking that cow, man. And, but this movie right here, it set the standard and I really like it. So I'm going to give it an 8. It's a good movie. It's a really good movie. I bet it's on the top, I bet it's on the list of like top 50 horror movies of all time, guaranteed.
Yeah.
So
That's fair.
8?
8.
An 8, yeah.
A lot of what you said, but I'm gonna add here to that twist ending thing. Just because Jack actually came in and was watching towards the end with us, and he was watching probably, I don't know, maybe the last hour of it with us.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really funny because, you know, he's sitting there with us and we're watching it. And when John stood up from the middle of that room, I remember watching it the first time myself and literally being like, oh, what?
Yeah.
You know, but it was crazy to watch it again with somebody who'd never seen it because, you know, Jeremiah and I had both seen it.
Yeah,
you
you
know,
guys
so
know what
this okay. Yeah, he's alive. But I kind of forgot that how
That wow factor.
tremendous that is, you know. And he stood up and Jack literally went, he's alive?
Yeah.
Like, and you're like,
Madison did the same thing. She was asking us. She goes, so they put him in the, like, she was like guessing one of the two guys was like the culprit behind everything.
Yeah.
She's like, well, then who is it?
yeah.
It's the cop, right? Like, no, just watch the movie. Like, she had no idea. What
Yeah,
the
like
the
when
dead guy on
like
the
when
floor.
Zeph got it, you know, and you
He's just
find
getting
out
up
that
from
he
that
was
massive headache.
yeah, you find out that he was part of it, and then Jack's like, well, who's the bad guy, you know? And then when he stood up, he went,
Well, I
like,
know whenever I
literally, you
saw
know?
him stand up, I looked over at Ada. I said, "Is that the dead guy?"
yeah,
Is this a zombie movie?
What?
yeah, like
That'd be crazy
He
though if it was.
dead.
yeah.
Right.
So I guess that kind of gave me a greater appreciation again
Plot
for that twist.
It's a zombie.
Because you don't get that
That's why
anymore.
you
Like
had a
what
certain
people
amount of time
say,
before you shut the door.
what people talk about as twist endings, just aren't that good anymore. They're not that good to take your breath away to make you go, "Are you
Yeah.
fucking kidding?" You know, like,
Damn.
yeah,
Didn't
like
see
they're
that
just,
shit coming.
they're just not that good anymore.
Because they don't explain why there's a dead guy in the middle of the fucking floor.
No,
They don't say anything about it, nothing.
Uh-uh.
They're just like,
no.
He's
And
there.
you don't
He's
think
there.
twice
He was the
about
last
it. You
victim.
you just take that guy's laying in the little middle
You're like,
floor for
oh,
granted. You don't even
The
you don't
last
think
victim.
twice about it. You're just like, oh, there's a dead guy in there. Okay.
Yeah. You're like,
So
oh,
much
that's
poison
lost.
in your blood that the
Yeah,
only way out
they-
was to
yeah.
kill yourself.
Right.
So that's what made him believe that. Oh, okay, so he's just
He's
So
just
what
dead.
did they smell? Did they not smell the dead guy then?
I'm sure he
probably
used
smelled
real
the shit
blood.
in the toilet.
Oh.
I'm sure he used real
Well,
blood
I think
too.
they said that too.
say, I don't know about you, but that place looked pretty stinky. I don't
Yeah.
think you're going to smell anything dead. You're just going to smell like.
And he looked fresh. Looked like a fresh corpse. He didn't
Yeah.
look like, you know, he'd been in there for a while, so.
Right.
Also, when I was watching this and when Adam died, you know, I knew he was going to die or whatever, but knowing what John stood for and why he kills and all of that, I literally, like, at the end of the movie was like, that twist ending was amazing, but that's bullshit. And I don't agree with it, and I literally was coming in here, like, ready to go, 5, mid, because that's bullshit.
I think that his
But-
reasoning for killing a lot of the people that die in the first one anyway, is bullshit.
No, No.
I do.
No.
I do think.
no,
it.
like,
She probably got something.
I was totally prepared to do that. I was totally prepared to come in here and be like, yeah, fuck that movie.
Well,
But-
Adam's life is purely based on living off of other people's demise.
Well,
Other
No.
people's,
listen.
No.
That's the way I viewed it.
God damn it. No.
That's the only way I viewed it.
It's his job. If people weren't assholes, he wouldn't have a job. He wouldn't have that job. He'd just be a photographer for filming birds or some shit.
Filming birds.
Ruining
That's what I'm
birds'
saying.
lives instead.
I mean, well, that's what I'm saying. So, like, if people pay him to film cheating husbands, that's their problem. That's not his problem.
instead he'd be filming like Big Bird cheating on his wife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's not Adam. Adam
Damn,
did
Miss
nothing
Piggy.
wrong. Adam
Bird
did
cheating on
nothing
Elbow.
wrong in this whole scenario. He didn't take his life for granted. He didn't do anything wrong. By John's standards, he didn't do anything wrong. So why did he die?
He's a
Right?
smoker.
No. Why did he die? Let's ask that question. Why did he die? Anybody?
Was he a pervert?
Maybe it was because he was a smoker.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
Because he
I mean, the doctor
lived
even
in the
says,
shadows
like,
of other
you're going to die
people's
from
lives.
cancer. You keep smoking those. And John.
Has nothing to do with the cigarettes.
I don't know, man.
Okay, because
I
he-
don't believe
Uh-oh.
that. I also don't believe that that the doctor should have died either. He had no reason to be there either. Yeah, he was taking his life a little bit for granted, but I think a quick like threat and a divorce from his wife would have straightened his ass out real quick. Because obviously he loves his family. John Kramer is choosing the wrong people. Why isn't he going after people who are like trying to do like, I don't know, insurance fraud and fucking, people who live and sponge off of other people? Like
He did a lot of them.
I know, but not in this movie.
No,
I'm
this-
talking
No,
about
he did.
this
Well,
movie.
like Amanda. Amanda was a heroin addict.
Okay, yeah, that's the only one that made any sense.
All of the other ones had like firm.
They
like,
never
for
even
real.
say why.
And here's
why
the other
What's-His-Face
thing. Okay,
was in
so
it.
so
Why-
Dr.
hold on.
Gordon.
Why is the one guy the fucking the guy that works at the hospital, the other bad guy?
Zep.
Yeah, why was he?
It's not explained in the movie.
They don't explain why he's there.
Yeah, you find that out later too. So okay. Here's why I'm gonna give it a bigger one or a bigger score.
A bigger one.
Yeah, bigger one. 6. No. As I was going through trivia, I found out some things that I was like, oh, okay, never mind. So
you shouldn't have to go into trivia to find
no,
these
no,
things
no,
out.
no,
This
no.
is-
It's about the writing of the movies. There's supposed to be things that are going to be
leave
part-
you guessing until you find out later in the movies.
Yeah, it's part of the overall story arc. Again, I kind of hate that because, you got to wait for other movies or whatever, but it leads, I think, back more to clever writing. Sort of like Insidious
To keep
2.
keep
like,
people wanting.
Yeah. Insidious 2. In the first one, you remember where he, the door, slams open and there's all this craziness going on. You find out in Insidious 2 that it's the dad trying to protect the baby.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like that. You find out later that Adam dies because of something. And, Dr. Gordon, there was more to his problems and shit. And anyway, it's clever writing. It's clever. There's more cleverness going on than just the cleverness that happened in the first one.
Right.
So I really like the fact that somebody who was writing these movies when Leigh Whannell sat down to write the first one, he had 2 and 3 already in mind. He had an overall story already in mind.
So he had a trilogy in mind where he wrote the first one.
Yeah, and even if the second and third were never made, this one could stand on its own.
Right.
So I do like that. Now, if the second and third had never been made, this one would be a 5 or a 6 to me, just because those don't make sense. Dr.
Well,
Gordon.
you always say that a movie needs to be able to stand on its own.
Mm-hmm. It does,
So
Or even it can.
and it can, because it's clever.
yeah, but without the other two, you're saying it would be just a 5.
But it can still stand.
It can still stand on its own, though,
Just not
because
as high.
it is clever on its own.
Okay.
The only thing I don't like is that Adam died. That's the only thing I don't like.
Okay.
So I was pissed about it. That's what I'm saying. I was pissed. I was ready to come in here and be like, Adam died, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. So really, it would be more like, I don't know, probably an 8, like you said, on its own. So I guess I'm going to come in and say 8.5, because I know about the other things.
Okay.
So knowing what I know, I'm going to give it a 0.5 and give it a little bump.
Little bump.
Little bump.
Okay. Little bump.
Little bump.
All right, Eric. What do you give Saw from 2004?
2.
Dude.
For the overall movie, I kind of enjoy going back to watching it. I mean, some scenes I wasn't really into, I guess. Oh, kind of the back and forth stuff kind of throws me off every now and then. But the overall story, I enjoy. So I don't know. Everything you guys said pretty much covered most of it. By the time you guys get to me, it's already pretty much covered.
Sorry.
But it's all right. I mean, I still have my own points on it too.
Mhm.
But I'm probably going to come in at a 7.5 for myself.
See, it's so funny because like this is one of those movies where I was like, because the past few movies I'm like, oh man, I remember loving that movie, and going back and watching, I was like, this movie was garbage.
Yeah.
You know,
And
so
this
like,
time I was like, ugh.
this
wanna
time
watch
I
this
went
movie.
back. We were like, because we've been a little skeptical here lately because of movies that we thought were good. We went back and watched. We're like, that's not that.
I mean,
I
if,
just didn't
if
wanna watch
this
it
was
'cause I
like my
hate the
first time
fact-
seeing
Yeah.
it, it'd be probably different. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because of the wow factors in it.
Mhm.
But
But like this time, like I'm like we watched it and I was like, wow, man, this movie is as
Yeah.
good as I think I remembered it being.
Well, and I think that for me, it's more like I just had the sour taste in my mouth because we're at 10. You know, I'm like, fuck,
Yeah.
just stop. And like, I don't know. Again, I hadn't seen the first one in so long. I guess maybe I forgot how good it was. I don't know.
Right.
So we're at a 7.6.
That's good though.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty much right on the nose.
That sounds about right. Probably what the that's probably what the critic score is.
For
that's what I'm gonna-
critics, I'm gonna say, I don't know, 67.
67?
Yeah, 67.
82.
82?
For critics,
I'm going 75. I'm going.
Karen's going to take it.
What is it?
50%.
What for the critics?
critics.
For the critics.
Wow.
Yep. Critics say Saw
It's a horror
ensnares
movie. That's clever.
audiences.
They're not gonna like it.
Saw ensnares audiences with deceptively clever plot and a myriad of memorable. I'm fucking up all. I've been fucking up all day. Nasty set pieces, but its lofty ambitions are undercut by a nihilistic streak that feels more mean than profound.
Okay.
Okay, audience. Yeah,
Uh,
just
I'm going
a
to
lot
stay
of
with my
words.
75.
82.
75, 82.
some time has passed, but this is still the first one. 87. Yeah, I figured she was close.
84.
84?
Yeah.
I knew the audience score would be a lot higher.
Mm-hmm.
So.
No, let's see.
Critics are
where-
wrong.
Mhm.
Is it critic reviews or audience reviews? Where the fuck are the audience reviews?
You have to go
Like all the way down?
Well, if you click on the thing under the
No.
audience score, it'll work too.
Yeah, go down. Yeah, because it's kind of a pain.
Just go all the way back up under the audience score, and it'll say how many reviews there are. You can just click that, and
Yeah.
it'll take you to the reviews.
See all audience reviews. There you go.
Yeah, 2-star. The editing and plot felt weak, but I felt something when I watched this.
Oh.
What
Are
did you feel there, big
Yeah, I was
guy?
gonna say,
Inside.
are you watching the right one?
Right.
He's dead
He
inside.
felt.
He accidentally downloaded
He watched-
the wrong
He
Seesaw.
watched the wrong Saw.
You watched Seesaw.
He watched Seesaw.
Okay. So
Watch
we all know what
Scissoring the
what
Saw.
Saw is, right? It's obviously torture porn. Everybody knows it.
Right.
Even going into
Not the
watching
first
You
it.
one,
keep
though, so
referring
much.
to it as that.
yeah, not the
and it
first one
sounds
so
weird.
much, but
Person says, not a fan of torture porn.
Oh.
then why did you watch it?
Good thing you watched the first one.
Yeah, don't watch the rest if that's the case.
Yeah.
Let's see.
To me,
Fine.
the first one's more plot driven than anything. It's more.
Yeah, 100%. Like the other ones just get into just how many torture devices can we put in a movie.
Yeah.
That's really what the movies become, and that's
Well, and
what
I
it
think- I
is
think-
for like 8 straight.
I think
fucking
that's more
movies.
because of the audience clamored for that.
I'm about to start
And they
making those
caved.
torture devices.
Oh, for sure.
Man, I'm going like the sixth page, and I'm not finding any.
Because
don't
it's a
have to-
really good movie.
You don't have to get crazy about
Yeah.
it.
Like I
If
said,
you're not
I mean,
finding
it's an
anything-
84% review on audiences, so there's not going to be very many bad
No.
reviews.
Yeah, if you're not finding anything, you're good.
I'll scroll one more time, and if there's nothing, I'm done.
Scroll one more time, man.
Give it one more thumbing.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Oh.
I missed something. Y'all are making weird noises.
Hold on. There's a button for that.
Groovy.
Wrong button.
I
Do
was
we have a
thinking of this
puking
one.
button? There you go.
Yeah.
That's more like it.
Oh, that's the one.
Put that cookie down.
Put that cookie down.
Yeah,
I got my earmuffs out.
there's no more. I mean, there probably is, but I'll have to go like really scrolling. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just move on then. Let's get into
It's meh.
meh.
That's
Just
meh.
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 Let's just go ahead and get into Karen's
Trivia.
trivia because I bet there's some trivia.
It's not that. It's not terrible.
Every time you
No.
say
Really
that.
not.
It's like an hour later.
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
Well, she said, what was it? Was it Alien or what was it before?
No, I told you Alien. There wasn't a lot, but it was long.
Yeah,
like
it
they
was-
were all
no,
long.
it was a different one then because you were like, I remember like, there's not a lot. There's just, but you're like, you just kept reading and reading and reading. And I'm like,
No, I warned you.
dude,
No, I said
I
Texas
think it was
Chainsaw.
Blade Runner.
No, I said Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There was a lot.
Oh, was it Texas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, one of them, I was like, dude, can we stop now?
Yeah, I told you there
Too
was a
much.
lot because there was like all that. I don't remember what it was now. There was like all that extra like stuff that they wanted to do in the background or something.
Right.
I don't remember now. Director James Wan wanted the camera movements to reflect the two main characters' emotions and personality. He filmed Dr. Gordon with steady, controlled shots and Adam as handheld shots to capture their emotions of the situation. Saw 2 was approved for production the weekend this film opened.
Oh.
The movie was filmed in 18 days.
The second one or the first one?
The second one.
18 days? How long did it take them to shoot the first one?
No, this one was filmed in 18 days. Saw
Oh.
2 was approved for production the weekend that this film opened.
That's crazy.
It only
18
took 18 days.
Like just over 2.5 weeks to film this movie. That's
Mhm.
crazy.
According to the DVD commentary, James Wan stated that many of the scare scenes in the film were nightmares that he and Lee Winnell had as kids. James Wan took a gamble and took no upfront salary for the film and opted for a percentage instead. James Wan built the jigsaw doll for the film. This film was originally intended for a straight-to-video release. After positive screenings, it was given the nod to become a premiere film.
Good move.
James Wan and Lee Winnell wanted to make a film after they finished film school, but they could only afford one room. However, they challenged themselves to create a film that only occurred in one room. This film was the product, and it is considered to be one of the most profitable and successful horror films of all time. The film's screenplay was written in 2001 as a calling card for James Wan and Lee Winnell trying to break into Hollywood. They shot a low-budget short film based on a scene in the film, and this proved successful enough to attract the attention of Evolution Entertainment. They immediately formed a horror genre arm called Twisted Pictures and gave Wan and Winnell a small budget. According to the DVD commentary, casting director Amy Lippens asked director James Wan who he wanted to play the character of Amanda. On a whim, Wan suggested Shawnee Smith, who he had had a crush on since his teen years. He was surprised when Lippens came back a few days later and told him that they had secured her for the role.
Wait, what? He had a hots for what?
Shawnee Smith.
I know that she was in
Amanda.
a show or a movie in like 1988,
She's in a few things I remember from my
but
childhood.
she didn't even look that old in this movie. Like she could have been.
She aged gracefully.
I was gonna say because it looked like
I don't think she was a heroin addict in real life.
no for sure. Like in this movie, it came out in 2004, and it said that she was
She
in some
looked
movie
pretty-
in '88.
Yeah, she looked pretty good for her age.
Yeah, I was like, good lord! I saw she had to have been like 40 in this movie at
Yeah.
least.
She looked pretty good.
And yeah, I was like, damn. She looked like she could have been in her like late 20s.
Is she still alive now?
Yeah, she
How-
just did Saw 10. Saw
How old
X.
is she now?
Oh, she's probably at least in her 50s.
Something like that.
At least.
Lee Winnell
But
came.
she don't even look that old, honestly.
No, she looks good.
Oh.
Lee Winnell came up with the idea of giving
Hiring
John
somebody 'cause
Kramer.
You get the hots for him.
That's funny though. That is pretty funny.
It came up with the idea of giving John Kramer a brain tumor while spending time in a neurology ward for anxiety and headaches. He said that undergoing numerous tests and expecting bad news made him reflect on his own mortality. He used his experience in creating a character who had only a few years left to live. The MPAA originally rated the film NC-17 due to the film's tone. James Wan had to remove some content to secure an R rating. Shots cut in the R-rated version, according to directors James Wan and Lee Winnell, included one of Amanda sifting through the intestines, Paul struggling through the razor wire, and some of the forensic ones. The color was made more even and the sound was altered because the MPAA had problems with the tone of the original cut shown in Sundance. The opening scene of Adam in the bathtub with the blue light floating over him was the very first shot of the first day of filming. Detective Singh pursuing the Jigsaw Killer was the last sequence to be filmed. To help sell his concept for the film, Lee Winnell shot a scene in which he appears to be ensnared in the reverse bear trap. There was no visual effects involved, and he actually had to place the teeth of the reverse bear trap in his own mouth to make it seem real. Tobin Bell lay face down for all of the scenes in the bathroom. No dummy was used. The identity of the Jigsaw Killer is revealed early in the film during a flashback when Zepp says he's a very interesting person. There is a diagram of the reverse bear trap on John's hospital bedside table.
Really? I didn't even see it.
I know. There's like so many things that like if you pay attention, like you'd know or you'd notice this stuff. I never noticed it. At the beginning of the film, Adam is informed via the cassette tape that he must free himself from his chain and escape the bathroom. Lawrence is informed that if he does not complete his game, then he will be left to die in the bathroom. The opposite fates befall both characters at the end of the film. As Lawrence is loading the cartridge into the revolver to shoot Adam, the camera briefly shows all 6 chambers of the cylinder to be empty. Revolvers don't eject spent cartridges, yet the man on the floor was supposed to have shot himself with the same gun. What looked to be a simple prop error is actually a subtle foreshadowing to the twist ending.
That does make sense.
Right?
Yeah, if he
like there's a lot of things that if
he would have killed himself, there would have been an empty shell in the gun.
And if people were really paying attention like us, like we would have known that.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
Me
honestly.
neither.
Huh.
In the scene where John is shown laying in the hospital bed, there's a small object in his hand. This object is the pen light stolen from Dr. Gordon and was later planted at Mark Wilson's game. Dr. Gordon states that Jigsaw technically isn't a murderer, that he finds ways for his victims to kill himself. He is right. Jigsaw technically never killed anyone himself. However, he could still have been charged with second-degree murder for each of his victims that died. In the United States, there is a statute that allows someone to be charged with murder even if they don't actually kill anyone. Normally, if someone's reckless actions unintentionally cause a person's death, they are charged with involuntary manslaughter. However, when someone's actions go beyond reckless and they do something that puts another person in a situation where their death is a likely outcome, they are doing what is known as showing a depraved indifference to human life. It is called depraved indifference murder. By putting his victims in a situation where the likely outcome will be their death, Jigsaw would have been charged with multiple counts of second-degree murder under that statute.
So is that what Charles Manson was charged with?
I think so.
Yeah, I think
that
so.
would only make sense.
I'm pretty sure. If he had been apprehended, finally Jigsaw gravely injures Detective Tapp with a knife during his attempted arrest, so he could also be charged with resisting arrest as well as attempted murder.
So going back to like the empty cartridge in the gun, or no, empty cartridge. You imagine the twist on that if the doctor actually would have realized that and put the bullet in the gun and aimed at Adam and said, "If you don't get your ass up right now, I'm gonna blow your damn head off."
Or put another bullet in him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If he'd have really thought about it, I
Or
mean,
even
obviously
just did
movie
it-
over.
Or even just shot him just to get rid of the bullet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, game over.
You're
You know
kind
what
of
I mean?
you're
Like,
kind of like playing with your life at that
you
point.
are.
I guess.
Like, that's why I don't understand. Like the movie itself is clever and everything, but John Kramer putting himself right in the center of those two.
I think he just really wanted to be in the room with them.
Yeah,
like,
he
to
wants a front row
observe.
seat. He
Yeah.
always does.
Yeah. He wants to watch it all unfold.
Yeah.
Which he has before, but he was never in the room. He was
Yeah.
just watching it through a peephole.
I think in this case, and if memory serves, don't quote me on this, he had a special interest in Dr. Gordon because Dr. Gordon had such a big head on his shoulders. You see it in the, like when he was like, he's actually a very interesting person. His name is John Kramer, and he kept referring to him as the patient even after he was corrected.
You're right.
Dr. Gordon was such a dick,
You're right.
So he had a special interest in this because, Dr. Gordon sort of had to be taught a lesson, I guess.
Taught how to respect human life and things like that.
Yes. So there was more to it than just him, ignoring his family.
Right.
It was also human life in general.
Well, a lot of doctors do that. They don't.
To separate themselves
They don't
from
want
their
to get too
patient.
personal.
Correct.
Exactly.
They don't want it to be too personal.
Correct. I think it went beyond that though with John. I think it was more like it wasn't just the way he treated his patients, it was the way he treated his patients and the way he treated his family. And he was just a cold person in general, and he wanted him to learn a lesson.
And I get the lesson because you're right. He was a cold person, and he needed to be put back in check.
Yeah.
So
And I think that was the overall lesson he wanted him to learn.
right.
Zepp Hindle, the hospital orderly, is revealed to be another pawn in Jigsaw's game. However, it is never stated what he did to deserve this treatment. And the audio commentary, James Wan and Lee Winnell only mention that Zepp enjoys the power that he has over people. The short prequel film Saw Rebirth explains that Zepp habitually badmouthed the doctors behind their backs for being cold-hearted and cheating on their wives, while in reality he envied them, and he felt more qualified to be a doctor than they were. Jigsaw thought that Zepp's issues were severe enough to warrant a test in order to reveal whether Zepp actually cared about other people by having him kill a mother and her child to save himself. So that's why. And the last one. John had actually intended for Adam to be able to escape from the room, which is why he tells him that the key to his chain is in the bathtub. However, it went down into the drain when Adam inadvertently drained the tub. As revealed in Saw 3, the actions of Amanda prevented Adam from escaping. She threw the key onto his chest instead of putting it into his pocket, as John had told her to do, hinting that she was aware that he would lose it. It was Amanda that killed Adam, not John.
Yeah, but like, he said the key is in the tub. So he knew the key was in the tub in the first movie.
But he expected it to be in his pocket, and then when he come out, it would be in the tub.
I mean, I guess.
He expected that Adam would live. He expected Adam to just be a pawn in the game. He did not expect Adam to die. Amanda went against his orders, just like Amanda went against his orders later.
Yeah, she did.
That's
see
why
what I'm saying?
That's why he turned the light off, because the
Thing would
it
glow.
key would have
Lit up.
glowing up,
And
glowing.
he could have found it.
Oh, true. Yeah.
But he had no reason to go back, so that's why he eventually just.
He assumed Adam would live. He assumed Adam was going to get out.
Well, then I guess you should have put like one of those like grate things in the tub so that nothing would get drained.
He assumed Amanda would just go by his orders
Right.
because she was like his loyal follower. So, like I said, that was kind of like, you know, to me, it's sort of a stroke of genius that a writer can be that far ahead in his story. But at the same time, I think that a movie should stand on its own.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's sort of a two-way street. But, yeah, I was pissed.
I mean, if you really think about it, with him turning off the light and everything, you think about it and you're like, maybe
Yeah.
he did think.
You think, yeah, because if you start to think about, like, okay, so you think about the revolver, right?
Mhm.
The revolver not having a bullet in it. Those are all little subtle hints that there was other things going on that if you really thought about it hard enough, you know,
Right.
and
You'd
him
catch
turning off the
on.
light is another
Yeah.
subtle hint that he meant for Adam to leave that room.
Another
Alright.
thing with that one guy who was poisoned. If I was poisoned, I don't know if I'd be able to kill a kid and a
No.
mother.
No. I just let
I'd-
myself die.
Yeah, that's one thing where like I wouldn't be able to do that,
No.
especially to very innocent people.
right. Especially
Zeb's
that
whole
little
character
girl.
arc didn't make sense to me.
Hearing her cry
No,
like
I
that,
didn't.
I'd feel so bad. I'd let them go, then shoot myself. I don't care. And I'd
I mean, I
rather-
guess if he's that full of himself or whatever, sure.
Right.
And he did prove to be that way. But
I didn't understand why Zepp was like John Kramer. He's a very exceptional person. Like, why are you praising this victim you don't know?
I think
I
it's
don't- I
more.
didn't
I think
understand that.
once you hear about what they had to say about Zepp, I think it's more like he was kind of one-upping Dr. Gordon. Like, I know about your patient. I know what his name is. You don't. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Maybe.
And like once you find that out about Zepp, like that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like from my perspective as an audience member, not knowing that,
Yeah.
I took it as like him having a heart. You know, like
That's kind of what I thought too. He was
Yeah.
like, well, he's just praising the patient.
Yeah,
for
so like
being
when you
strong,
find out that
maybe, or
he's part of
something.
the game later, you're like, what did he do?
Yeah.
He cared about
It's not
you.
explained, and that's one issue that I did take with the movie was like,
Mhm.
what did this dude do that was so terrible? You
Yep.
know?
And that's why it's not a 9 for me.
Yeah.
Because like Zepp is never really explained.
He's
like,
the most unexplained
Yeah,
character in probably
yeah.
the whole series.
yeah,
honestly.
because you look at it and you go, Zepp is like
he
had
really was just a
based
pawn.
on what you see as the audience, you look at
Yeah.
him and you go like he had a heart for you, like he cared about you, like
Yeah.
he stood up for you.
and then you
And
still
then you poison him and put him in this situation.
Yeah, what did you never explained even what was so bad about him or
Mhm.
why he was put in this situation?
I mean,
you
if
know?
they had explained it at some point in the other movies, and maybe they do, and I just don't remember. I don't know.
I don't think they do. Not that I can remember.
I can't remember, but like I'm just saying, if they had ever explained it at any point, sure. But like, I don't remember if they do.
I don't think they do. Not that I remember.
Dad, what's considered children?
What?
Like, how old are you if you're considered like a child?
Anything under 18.
Anything under 18.
I still wish I was a kid.
Just wondering.
Okay. All right. Well, you want to get into the movie next week? Please don't be
Yes.
Saw again. Give us.
No, I
give us
don't
an
know. We
action
went through
movie.
a lot of movies, and there's a lot
Action,
of saws
comedy,
in there.
something.
Yeah.
I don't want no more horrors
Ninja
for a little
Turtles.
bit.
Man on Fire.
Ninja Turtles.
They live.
Oh.
That's another horror movie.
I don't know. It's your handwriting.
Put it back in.
Okay.
Let's do a different one.
Ninja Turtles.
I mean, it's a comedy horror, I guess.
Ninja Turtles.
Just grab a handful and we'll just choose
pick
one out.
one.
Just pick one of them. Avatar.
Oh.
I
Okay. I've seen
Okay.
that movie once and I hated it.
Where's that streaming?
So.
have it on Blu-ray.
That's good.
It's got to be streaming somewhere. It's probably streaming.
Actually, I think it's on Disney. I bet it's on Disney.
I guarantee
Probably.
it is.
I'm pretty sure it's a Disney film.
Woohoo.
Karen, I watched that movie once when I was like 10 and hated it.
Disney.
It's like 5.5 hours
Disney.
long.
Disney.
No, it's not.
It's 3 hours long. Yeah, it's a 3-hour movie.
Yep.
I have work on Monday. We're gonna be up till like 12.
I'll watch it on Sunday. I
Yeah.
Yeah,
guess.
I work Sunday too. I think.
Well, you got a whole
actually.
day on Sunday, so just choose.
No, I'll be on my mom.
I'm
Well,
real excited about it, as you can tell.
I like these movies, so I'm not bothered.
I enjoy them.
I don't.
Have you ever watched it yet?
No.
You've
And
never
I
seen
didn't plan to ever, but I mean,
you
Well-
never seen the Avatar? Then
No.
Then don't be so judgy.
no, I have
I
my
will
reasons.
continue.
It's
to be judgy.
a decent movie.
No, I don't have work Sunday. We're good.
They won't watch it Sunday because
Oh.
honestly, the boys can watch it too. And
Okay, because I really don't want to stay up till 12 watching Avatar
goddamn, tomorrow's
on
gonna
a
be shitty.
Monday.
Anyway,
No.
next week, people, Avatar. About the blue people, not the Airbender.
Wait! No!
What are you yelling for? Don't yell.
I thought you were talking about the Airbender movie. I don't want to watch Avatar either. I hate that movie.
We won't put that in the box.
No, that'll never be in the box.
I hate that. I
It's
can't
the blue
stand
people.
that movie.
That's the blue people, honey.
I hate
I'm
that
with
movie
you.
so much. You don't understand.
I get
You said the same thing about Lord of the Rings.
Okay, but I mean it about Avatar, okay?
She
Whatever.
means it.
Well,
For
then
real.
hate it. It's okay to hate movies. You don't have to like every
But
movie.
you know
I
what?
wanna
That
watch
could mean
it.
a great podcast if like two of us hate it and two of
No,
us
you're
like
gonna see
it.
me pouting in the corner.
Am I the
because
only
it's
one here that
forced me to
likes
watch
the
it.
movie?
I didn't really care for
Like-
Texas Chainsaw Massacre when what got brought up, but
Yeah, see?
I
It's
did
all about expanding
Texas
our horizons.
Chainsaw Massacre wasn't 3 hours
I'm gonna-
it. I
I'm
bitched
gonna-
about that movie the whole way through.
I'm gonna go for the cliff notes on this one.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm just gonna send out. I'm gonna have somebody else watch it for me and just write shit down.
I mean,
Just kidding.
for
I'm
me,
just
I'm just kidding.
You are no longer allowed on the
Texas
I'm
podcast.
just kidding. You know I wouldn't do that.
Texas Chainsaw could have been a 3-hour movie for me.
I bet
That's literally
Jeremiah's
how I
listening
felt.
right now, like, God damn it.
No, he probably wants to watch it. I would imagine. I don't know. Probably.
I like the Avatar
I don't know if
movies.
we've ever even
so-
talked about Avatar.
There are
I enjoy the
furries
visuals.
that are
I mean,
into
it's
those
very-
people.
Another thing is,
Keep
like,
shaming. We're not.
we
keep
already
shaming.
did Sigourney
I
Weaver, so
am.
I get a whole plethora of
Furries
new,
are weird.
new people
Have you
to do
ever
the
met
creator
a furry?
Yeah,
profile on.
man.
Could be James Cameron. Could be.
Ooh,
I thought we did James Cameron.
Love furries.
We haven't done James Cameron yet. We also haven't done Michelle Rodriguez yet. So, or is it Zoe Saldana?
Yeah.
I think that's her name. So there's quite a few people in here we could do. We'll see though. Anyway, James Wan, I probably won't do him because he's got a lot of movies in the box. Like
He
we still got to
does.
do the
Do
Terminator
you want me to do
2.
the
and-
outro?
no, I was gonna do it
Why?
because you're all depressing now.
Yeah.
I can do the outro.
All right,
You know
go
how fast they change moods.
ahead. You're bipolar.
I'm not bipolar. You're bipolar.
Manic ups and
Get-
downs.
Get a life. Honestly.
All right, come on.
Okay. That was it for this week. We're doing Avatar next week.
It's like somebody else like dubbed that like
Yeah.
Avatar.
Avatar next week.
Yeah. Remember to check our TikTok, our X, our Twitter. Oh, our TikTok, our X, our Facebook,
There you go.
and of course, we're gonna add that because it's on the screen. Our YouTube. We also have a podcast version on YouTube. Make sure to rate us on Spotify. We have a Discord. Get us on there too because we love talking to you guys. I just put in like my 2 cents every once in a while, if I'm being honest. They love talking to you guys. I love arguing.
Yeah, we know.
Am I missing anything? Instagram. Instagram. Check out our Instagram too. Especially our Twitter though, if you wanna.
Hey, we've been gaining
Twitter,
followers on
just-
Instagram.
Yeah? Ugh.
Suck it,
Yeah.
Instagram.
I
Put
can't
that on
whistle.
your
I'm work-
Instagram.
working hard.
Shove that up your Instagram.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Shove that in your TikTok.
I've been working hard on it.
Shout out to Karen. Love her. Ugh.
I'm trying.
Sorry. I'm on
Okay.
steroids.
All right. Anyway, so
Anyways. We are the Bonsai Movie Crew.
Peace. Okay, bye.
see ya.